All right, welcome back to another episode of Flick Fights, ladies and gentlemen, the show where two movies enter and only one movie leaves. This week we're doing The Hangover versus Get Him to the Greek, much to the chagrin of Nick. Nick, do you want to tell him what you did?
Yeah, dyslexia's a bitch. I just, said I need me some more of that Aldous Snow and just steamrolled right into forgetting Sarah Marshall, because that's where my brain went when I read The Hangover, and checked it 3 times, and my brain kept telling me forgetting Sarah Marshall, and here we are. So my input's going to be a little more pulled back on The Hangover, because it's been a minute since I watched it, but I just watched a quick 9-minute condensed thing, which confused me more than anything, honestly. So, but hey, cool new background.
Yeah, like I said, it might Get Him to the Greek versus Forgetting Sarah Marshall might have been, on paper, a better matchup, but they're basically the same fucking movie, minus the plot, obviously.
Yeah, it's a lot of Aldous Snow, and god damn it, Russell Brand was a charming motherfucker. Problem sucks he became so problematic.
I know, dude. And he was like the voice against problematic people. It's fucking sucks. I literally, right before we got on, just saw a video about Jeremy Renner is apparently a giant piece of shit. Like, just threatened to send his, like, co-worker, partner or something, said he was going to call ICE on her because she was gonna tell everybody that he sent her inappropriate pictures.
You think Jeremy Renner would be a little more afraid of ice and snow at this point?
Right? Fucking piece of shit. I actually felt bad for him.
I know. Fucking came back from fucking near death for this. Like, well, maybe a brain damage. So he's like fucking Jesse Ventura, just like fucking.
And Marvel wanted to pay him less money, and he was like, because I got in an accident, which is fucked up. But now, fuck you. Like, I hope Hawkeye never gets a second season.
Well, no, it's just going to be passed off to his less racist and less problematic daughter now.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we don't need him for the Hawkeye show. They got Kate Bishop now, which is fine.
Well,
so.
And we're so far beyond, like, the initial line of Avengers and shit, like, it doesn't matter narratively anymore. Like, what, Hawkeye going to show up and save the day at one point? Like, where we're at now? No.
Yeah, no, I couldn't care less about the Green Arrow ripoff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, which one does a ripoff first? Because it's like one's got to be derivative of the other.
If I had to bet, I mean, I'm going to look it up right now, but if I had to bet, I would bet Green Arrow came out first just because DC.
Older, yeah. And Green Arrow is just a blatant ripoff of Batman, so.
That's the thing. Green Arrow's also a ripoff of Batman.
Yeah, it's like I'm Batman, but with like slightly healthier personality and a bow instead of ninja tools.
Green Arrow debuted in November 1941.
Goddamn,
and
bunch of Nazis.
Hawkeye was 1965.
Okay, yeah, so Green Arrow beats Hawkeye by quite a bit.
That's wild. But I mean, Green Arrow was in the World War II comics.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah, it's really chintzy, and I think he's probably based off of Robin Hood, which was like old school superhero.
Yeah, but then as the character developed, it was just Batman with a bow and funnier.
Yeah, a little quippier.
Also, did you hear in our loose establishment of the news and rumors segment that we're going to try at the beginning of the show, did you see that what's his name? Zachary Krager is doing Resident Evil?
I heard something about that. So what, they're going to do a new reboot of the franchise?
Sounds like it, yeah. He's, the guy that did, for those that don't know, Barbarian and Weapons that just came out. Also, where we know him from first was Whitest Kid You Know, and now he's doing Resident Evil, which is, I'm fucking psyched for that. That would be amazing.
Yeah. I mean, the 90s ones and like mid 2000s, they're terrible, but they do hold a special place in my heart. Like they're stupid fun. Like,
it was where I first fell in love with Michelle. God damn it, what's her last? You know who I'm talking about. She was in Fast and Furious.
She plays the same
Rodriguez,
character.
Michelle Rodriguez.
Yeah, Michelle Rodriguez. Yeah,
yes.
Who is just Michelle Rodriguez in every fucking movie.
I'm fine with that. I love her so much. But yeah, they said it will be set in Raccoon City, so that'll be a nice first.
All right. Well, let's see if I can get some actual terror into it, because the first one's got goofy.
Yeah.
Especially when fucking 10 Jill Valentines fucking running around or whatever the fuck it was.
Yeah, I don't know for certain that that's true. I mean, they're in early talks about it. We'll see what happens, but I would absolutely watch that. I love the Resident Evil franchise, and I'd love to see somebody else do it. And then I had something else, but I forgot it entirely. It was about the Avengers, so I'm sure everybody's already heard it anyway.
Yes.
But if you're new to the show, we take 2 movies. We do a tale of the tape. We do 10 rounds. At the end, we declare a winner. We usually pick 2 movies that have a similar plot, similar vibes. So obviously this week we're doing just the ramifications of a party type life, I guess, you know?
Yeah,
Hangover is the after effects. Get 'em to the Greek is the before, during, and after effects.
yeah. Guess we can frame this one: people over 40 party too hard.
Yes. Yeah, I hadn't seen Get 'em to the Greek in forever, and it
Yeah,
holds up. I still love it.
it really does.
And the soundtrack still just fucking slaps, dude.
Oh yeah, no, it's like I might unironically go on put fuzzy wall on. I can speak. Put fuzzy wall on after this.
Oh yeah. Yeah, if I don't
Like the
get
entire
copyright stricken, I might put it in the fucking episode, but I
oh
probably will.
yeah, that's too well known.
All right, well, with that, we're going to have The Hangover in the red corner, Get 'em to the Greek in the blue corner. So, with our tale of the tape tonight, Nick, why don't you start with The Hangover?
Yeah, I know The Hangover. I'm aware of this is a movie and there are things that happened with people.
Well, this is just the stats, so
Yeah,
you wouldn't known this from watching it anyway.
yes. Just need to go like sleep for like 26 hours and reset. All right,
Yeah.
Hangover. Todd Phillips. Budget of 35 million, worldwide box office of 469.3 million, so we got some return there. Runtime of 100 minutes, IMDb score of 7.7, Rotten Tomatoes is 79 critics and 84% audience. Other notable films are Joker and War Dogs. It's very tonally different than this.
Yeah, dude.
Starring cast is Cooper Helms, Galifianakis, Jong, and Tyson.
That's not something you get to say very often for a movie.
No. Yeah, I remember Tyson more from the second one, too. I forgot he was in this
Right.
one.
Well, I remember this one because of the coming in the air tonight scene that was in the trailer. It was shown over and over again. Get 'em to the Greek came out just a year later in 2010. Director was Nicholas Stoller, but this was an Apatow-verse movie. Budget was $40 million, and it only made a measly $91.3 million in the worldwide box office, so absolutely dwarfed by The Hangover.
Yep.
Runtime was 109 minutes. IMDb has it at a 6.4. Rotten Tomatoes, critics gave it a 72. Audience gave it a 62. What the fuck, audience?
Yeah. Yeah,
Other notable films were Forgetting Sarah Marshall and Neighbors and everything else in that universe.
Yep, and this is a pseudo sequel to Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Right. Which is, plot holes already because of who the cast is, but it's starring Russell Brand, Jonah Hill, Kate Moss, Sean P. Diddy Combs, and I don't know who Byrne is. Whatever. But yeah, I also forgot until rewatching this that was Kate Moss, Elizabeth Moss, the Moss from Handmaid's Tale.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Moss. So I don't fuck that up for the whole episode again. Yeah, Elizabeth Moss. I might have said Kate Moss when I was reading it, but yeah. Before her massive burst into stardom from Mad Men and Handmaid's Tale, she was in this, and she was great in it. She depicted an exhausted nurse better than anyone I've ever seen.
What you want to start with?
Well, I'm gonna start with The Hangover and just get it out of the way. So I'm gonna remind Nick the plot of The Hangover.
God, it's amazing. It's the first time my dyslexia has gotten in the way of this. Like we've gotten this far without it becoming an issue.
We will power through, I'm sure. Anything that matters from this movie, you will remember as soon as I say it, because, like I said, you could gif out this whole movie from how many times people use gifs from this movie.
I mean, I would argue, like, this is probably, like, near the beginning of when people were using, like, we had memes, but we had, like, the Success Kid meme and the fucking, like,
right.
Reddit weird memes. Fucking, like, rage memes and shit. Like, they hadn't evolved to the point where just, like, taking clips from movies and shit. I think this might have been like one of the first ones. Like this is like the Social Network. I know there's like tons of just like
Zach Galifianakis with the calculations going around. That might be the most used meme/gif I've ever seen. But movie cold opens. Both of these movies have a cold open with a bunch of wedding prep, several calls being sent to voicemail or what you're hearing in the background. And they're all concerned because they're not there. The dad says they're probably just on a heater. And then you get immediately right out of the gates the meme I've seen 100,000 times, which is Bradley Cooper saying, "Listen, we fucked up." Yeah, they say we lost Doug. And he's like, she's like, we're getting married in 5 hours. He's like, yeah, that's not going to happen. And then title, desert, credits, fucking awesome opening. And the cast that goes down the screen is just insane that they got all these people in this movie for what their budget was. But
yeah. Kind of wonder if they got some of the back end or something off of this, and that's why.
yeah, I mean, they made half
So
$1 billion,
star-studded.
so it definitely paid off for everybody.
Yeah. But yeah, then
Um,
it cuts back to like 2 days earlier as we get
yeah,
to see the shenanigans that predate all this bullshit.
yeah, we see Doug and Alan are doing a tux fitting. Zach Galifianakis is Alan. He's standing there in a jockstrap, yelling at the tailor, saying he's getting too close to my shaft, and just says, you know, I just want you to know I won't tell anybody what happens while we're there. I don't care if we kill someone. And
Yeah.
Zach Galifianakis isn't enough shit anymore because right out of the gates, I'm just
No.
like, I miss him.
Yeah, and he just plays like this, like, I mean, I don't know if Asperger's is actually a thing anymore, but like, just like complete social ineptitude, doesn't get like social cues from other people, is like
Right.
kind of in his own world for most of the movie. Like, I think there's a line at one point where it's like, "Holy shit, you're too dumb to insult."
Yeah.
It's like,
Yes.
thank you.
And then like compares himself to Rain Man and then is eventually actually Rain Man. Yeah, then we go to father-in-law takes Doug out and is like, I'm going to let you take the Benz. Big deal. It's really, really nice Benz. He's like, just don't let Alan drive. There's something wrong to him. And then cuts to Alan making out with a dog in the background.
Yeah.
And he says, and Phil, because I don't like him. He says, what happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, except herpes. That shit comes back with you. Another memeable moment I've seen 1 billion times. It's wild how much of this movie made its way into everyday culture. Then we meet Bradley Cooper dismissing his class and collecting field trip money and stuffing it all into an envelope that says Vegas, which is just fucking genius. I don't know why teachers don't do that more often.
Field trip got canceled, guys. Sorry. It rained.
Exactly. You see outside, Doug and Alan are waiting in the car for Phil, and he's like, I'm actually not supposed to be within 200 feet of a school or a Chuck E. Cheese.
Ooh.
Which never comes up again, but it's super problematic.
Yeah. Let's just hope it's like he was like peeing in a public park kind of a thing and got put on the list. And it's not something more problematic.
You don't see anything about Alan that implies anything nefarious necessarily. They're probably something stupid like that.
Yeah. Just like, I needed to pee, and there was a bush, and there was a playground like 10 feet that way.
And then we meet Ed Helms, who's doing a checklist with the... I feel like when they wrote this woman's character, it just said bitch wife, because it's really...
This was personal. Like, this is someone.
Right. Yeah, there is somebody with her same name that Todd Phillips fucking hates. That's...
Yep.
And then
this is my shot.
We get, I guess 2009 must have been right before all these words were murdered, but he's like, we're just going to Napa Valley, doing some wine tasting, nothing like that. And then you hear Bradley Cooper say, paging doctor, F word, which we can't say.
Yeah. Like there's one word we can say. Like, I'll say fuck all day long. It's the other one we can't say. And it's just like they like sing song it like it's the fucking Warriors.
And then for some reason she's like mad at him because of that. She like won't kiss him after that.
You've never been in a toxic relationship, I suppose. It's pretty standard to be blamed for your friend's bullshit. Yeah, 100%.
No,
it's your fault because you brought them here.
if I was in this exact situation, I would have never gotten to this situation, but we would have never gotten this far. But if she was like not kissing me because of my friends, I would have been like, hey, you know what? I'm going to cheat on you in Vegas.
Yeah, see, that's the whole thing. That situation doesn't start like that. It gets there by a centimeter at a time. Then you look back and you're fucking 6 miles into it. Like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah. Well, it's very cathartic how this movie ends after watching all that shit. But yeah, then so gangs all together. They're driving to Vegas. Get a quick little shot of Alan's like leaning out the window, smiling at some kid, and the kid flips him off. So maybe he was doing something fucked up with kids.
Yeah, or maybe it was just a thing where it's like he's not emotionally mature and he was just trying to like hang out with kids, and it's just like, you're a 35-year-old man, you can't be like just chilling with the 7-year-old.
Well, and then they leave him in charge of the baby for some reason.
Yeah, yes, he really likes kids, I guess. I don't know.
Well, I mean, once I heard that line about not being able to be near a school, I wouldn't have left him with the baby for
Yeah.
sure.
And
But
that's just like, it's a throwaway line, but it's just like, okay, that's going to color my perception of the character for the entire fucking
1,000. I
like
would be calling my
movie
wife,
now.
being like, "Hey, why is your brother not
Oh, the
allowed
sex
around
offender
schools?
registry.
I'm not taking him with me." I love this part. Doug won't drive fast, and they're all giving him shit for it because he won't drive the Benz fast.
Yeah, also it's like a 19 fucking 50s Benz that isn't his. Like fucking yeah, no shit. I'm driving that thing is made of glass.
I would have been scared shitless to drive that car, dude.
Oh, dude, especially in Vegas, like that fucking old ass manual transmission and just fucking like the
Right.
stop and go on the fucking strip. Oh, be hell.
My father-in-law restores cars for fun. He has a bunch of them, and when I asked permission to marry Jess, he let me drive his '67 black on black Firebird, and that was amazing. But if he ever was like, "You can drive this to Vegas," I'd be like, "No, no, I'm not doing that."
I think my only car claim to fame is my uncle has a '87 Ferrari that was in Top Gear.
Ooh, fuck yes! I
Yeah.
love that show, dude.
Like, it's one of those things. It's like it was like in it for like 10 seconds. Like, and this is the one from the '80s. Like how nice it is. And I would like cut to the one they were actually talking about.
Still dope.
I was able to wedge my ass into that seat momentarily and realize I can never own a Lotus.
Right.
Anyways.
this part I laughed out loud at. He looks over. He's like, "Am I good over there, Alan?" He's like, "Yep." And then he just drives straight into a semi and just honk. I love that. They pull up to a gas station and they're inside. They're all like, "What's up with Alan? Like, what is his fucking deal?" And outside, an old man walks up to the Benz and goes, "Sweet ride," and he goes, "Don't touch it. Don't even look at it." And then it cuts back into the gas station. He's still yelling at the old man. He's like, "I'll beat an old man in public."
Yeah, they're like, is he like all there? It's like he's like, I think so. He's just kind of an odd guy.
He was like, "Tracy said, don't let him gamble or drink too much," and that all becomes prudent later, especially the gambling. But and then Stu comes walking up. Is like, "We're all good." I told my wife that we showed up at Napa and we're about to go wine tasting, and current a theme that runs throughout the movie. Bradley Cooper, Phil is like, why are you having to lie to your wife? This is bullshit. And he's like, you can't go to Vegas, but she can fuck a bellhop on a Carnival cruise line. It's like he was a bartender and he didn't even come inside her.
Oh my god. Yeah, like he's like even saying things like it's like she like watches my bank statements. I can't do shit. Like fucking like I can't even like spend any money while I'm here because like she's gonna know I'm in fucking Vegas. Like it's like, dude, it's so toxic.
Yeah, see, I've been on the
flashbacks.
outside of this, not to that extent, because that is wild, but I have been on the outside of a relationship like that and just fully not gotten it. Just like, dude, I don't understand.
I've been yelled at for spending my own money before.
Well, I mean, that's happened to me, but
Yeah.
for good reasons most of the time.
Yeah, we weren't paying rent, and I really wanted that lightsaber, so I think I was justified. That lightsaber.
I once spent $400 on the bear coat from Workaholics. Jess was standing right next to me when I did that. I was like, "You better wear that everywhere." And I was like, "I will." And then I couldn't even get into the car wearing it. She was like, "I don't give a shit. You bend over." Yeah. That was probably the worst impulse purchase I've ever made. Alan's reading a book on counting cards, and they're like, that's illegal, Alan. He's like, "It's not illegal, it's frowned upon, like masturbating on an airplane." And they're like, "That's illegal too." And he was like, "Maybe after 9/11. Thanks, Bin Laden."
You know what? That would explain how he got put on the list.
You know what? He should be on several lists. He shouldn't be allowed in public. But yeah, probably, actually.
But he's also the son of a very rich family, which I'm sure many things have been just brushed into the rug over the years.
And then casual R-word drop a few times, making fun of the way they pronounce it. And then they play the Kanye song that I'm pretty sure it's very touchy to say that this movie made a Kanye song famous, but I swear to God, this was, anytime I saw the song on YouTube or anything, it was playing scenes from this movie where it's the, "Wait till I get my money." Yeah, this is the movie I know that song from. And then we're checking in at Caesar's Palace, and she's like, "Yeah, room for Dr. Price?" And Phil's like, "You're a dentist." And he's like, "If someone has a heart attack, still call 911. And Alan walks up and is like, "I'm not getting a signal on my beeper. Is there a payphone bank around here?" And Phil starts flipping out and about the fact that they might have to share beds in this room. And it's like, how much is the villa? And it's like, something like $4,500 a night. And he's like, yep, that's cool.
Yeah.
Stu, give him your credit card. I'm like, Jesus Christ. I would have to make so many phone calls before that would happen.
And dude, this whole time, like, dude, Alan's just like, is this the real Caesar's palace? Did Caesar actually live here?
Right. Yeah, they all stopped for a second, too. And he's like, this isn't the real one, is it? Like, nope. Okay. And then they go into the suite, which is like the dopest hotel room I've ever seen. I've never seen in real life, obviously.
It's like the penthouse, like top of the fucking entire structure and fucking like views out to fucking everywhere. And
yeah, it shows like, at a certain point, it shows just the bedroom Stu's in. And it's fucking huge. Like, just the bedroom he's in would be a dope hotel room to me.
mm-hmm.
But $4,200 a night, you can go fuck yourself. I don't care how awesome it is. I would never, ever do that.
It's like 2 months of my mortgage. Like, holy shit.
Right. Dude's on the phone still lying to his wife, saying, he says he's in a quaint room. There's no TVs or phones. We just met the proprietor, whose name is Caesar. And Bradley Cooper and them walk in. They're like, let's fucking go. And I'm just, as soon as Bradley Cooper walked in, I put in my notes, goddamn, Bradley Cooper can wear the shit out of a suit. Every time he's in a suit in a movie, I'm like, Jesus, dude.
He's a cool motherfucker.
Save some aura for the rest of us. Fuck. And then Stu shows them he has an engagement ring. And they're like, this is a huge fucking mistake. And he's going on about how it's a Holocaust ring. His grandma made it through the Holocaust with it. And I love the little line we get from Zach Galifianakis later. He's like, I didn't know they gave out rings at the Holocaust.
In like high school ring.
Yeah. They get on the hotel. They're going down to they're getting ready to go down to the casino. And Alan says we need to go to the rooftop first. They make a point to like focus on this, but they put up a cinder block to hold the door open. And you know, when you see a movie focus on something like that, it's going to be important.
Cinder block.
Yeah. Alan walks up with Jaeger shots for everybody, which is just fucking disgusting. Of all the things to make a toast with, just straight Jaeger? Go fuck yourself.
The one time I ever drove drunk was fucking on Jaeger, and I blame the Jaeger for it.
Yeah, fuck that. I mean, back in the day that I did drink, especially when I was under 21, we did hella Jaeger bombs, but never really Jaeger by itself.
Oh, dude, it's just like fucking liquid burning licorice to the back of your fucking throat. It's terrible.
Yeah, I hate black licorice to begin with, let alone when it's in alcohol form.
Yeah, let's just concentrate it and make it taste worse, and that's fucking Jaeger.
Then you get the one-man wolf pack speech. It's just classic Zach Galifianakis, where he's like, it grew by one, and then I was like, wait a second, could it be 2 more guys on my wolf pack? 4 of us wolves. It was 1 wolf, and then it was just me, and then it was just me and Doug, and then 2 more wolves. And now we're 4 wolves looking for strippers and cocaine. And then he proceeds to cut his hand open. He's like, blood brothers. And they're like, no.
Like, no.
Possibly the smartest decision everybody made is to not touch Alan's blood.
It's like fucking like rusty ass blunt fucking like steak knife too he's using.
He's so fucking intense. And then he says, to a night the 4 of us will never forget. And then we get a slow fade away. Yep. And the next scene, I have to say, Ed Helms perfectly encapsulates waking up violently hungover. Because he's not reacting to most of the pandemonium around him, which is what happens when you wake up still drunk. You're just like, am I even a human being anymore? But you get a pan over a hotel room, and there's floaties in the hot tub, soap everywhere, there's swords, a chair that is still on fire.
Yeah, furniture is all destroyed and flipped, and like there's like not a clear space to walk in the entire fucking room.
There's a rooster walking around. It looks like they were bowling with champagne bottles. You get a quick little shot of just the legs of a girl sneaking out of the room. And then you see Stu face down on the tile with blood on the tile. And like I said, the way he wakes up and just stumbles around and just sits down on a couch and just doesn't even give a shit about everything he's seeing is so dead on, dude. And all of them, they all wake up, and it takes them so long to notice any of the shit in this room until Alan goes to take a piss and does the old double take at a tiger in the bathroom with him.
Yeah, just turns while still pissing.
Oh my God. Phil goes in there and just laughs at it. Phil is handling this all like a champ. He's taking everything in and just kind of running with it like it's hilarious. I
I think
think
Phil's like still drunk. Like the hangover hasn't completely kicked in for Phil yet.
they are definitely, but throughout the movie, Phil's the one that's like, this is fine. Let's just roll with this insanity, which is good because they would have all fallen apart if he wasn't there. They're yelling
Yeah.
at Alan to put on pants. Ed Helms figures out he's missing a tooth, and they figure out Doug's missing.
And then I hear a baby crying.
Yes. And again, another, like, the whole plot would have been halted right here because I would have been like, we need to call CPS. Why is there a fucking baby here, dude? No chance I'm rolling with that one. And like, let's just take the baby around with us until we figure out who he belongs to.
No, that's called kidnapping.
You're right. Alan's like, check its collar or something. And they're like, we can't leave it here with the tiger and then say, fine, we'll just take it with us. And Alan decides to name him Carlos. And then does a really inappropriate joke with a baby. With his quote unquote weenus.
Yes. And they come out and see the mattress in their bedroom is like impaled on a fucking statue outside.
And
could have killed somebody.
Yeah, that becomes incredibly important later as well. But also, I think the part with the baby, I think Zach Galifianakis just did that because you can see Bradley Cooper like turn away to laugh off camera.
Yep. No, a lot of this movie is just like, okay, just keep it running and for the next 30 minutes and we'll put in the best 45 seconds.
Yeah, especially with Galifianakis, dude. I think anything he's ever been in is probably an hour of B-roll of just him.
That's even the thing. Like, that's probably like the Not Loud Around Schools thing was probably just like an off the fucking cuff remark that like that's funny and put it in. But like fucking I was like, okay, well, one of our main characters is a sex offender. Okay, cool.
And everybody was cool with it. Like, it never really comes up. Nobody ever the baby thing was a little fucked up. But so they're sitting at a brunch table. He's like, here, have some juice, stew. He pukes immediately. So accurate. They start trying to retrace their steps. They're like, all right, what's the last thing we remember? We on the roof doing shots of Jaeger. Stu gags as soon as he says Jaeger. Accurate.
Yep.
And then we played craps, and Doug was there, and I don't even remember going to dinner. And they're like, so that gives us a 12-hour window where we lost him. Doesn't really narrow shit down.
Yeah. They start like searching their pockets and shit for like clues, I think, at this point.
Yeah, Stu finds his tooth, or Alan finds Stu's tooth in his pocket. Yeah. Stu has an ATM receipt for $800 and a valet ticket that puts them getting back at 5 a.m. And they're like, holy shit, haha, like we really did it up. And I'm like, you drove so drunk in the Benz.
I didn't even mention that. They're like, oh God, we drove drunk. Like, but at least like mention it's a bad thing. If you find out later, they weren't really drunk and it wasn't really their fault.
Yeah, still though. Phil has a hospital bracelet. Alan's like, are you okay? And then he says a little offhand thing where he's like, I've found a baby before. And he's like, where? He's like, coffee bean. And then Ed Helms laughs. And I think, again, that was another just Galifianakis one line. I think, well, where at coffee bean? And then, yeah, that's where they see the mattress on the roof. Valet comes up with their car, and it is a cop car. And he was like, here's your car, officers. And Bradley Cooper's just like, all right, nobody say a word. Everybody be cool. Just get in the fucking car. Again, way too cool with this shit.
I mean, like that cop car would have been found like immediately. Like fucking, like they would have fucking tracked that shit as soon as it didn't fucking like show up for fucking duty.
Right. When they go to get in the car, Zach Galifianakis hits the baby with the car door.
The other, it's like, yeah.
And I was just like, oh my God. They go to the hospital where the bracelet was from, and this guy pops up in all kinds of comedy movies, and he is fucking hilarious. And I think he's played a doctor several times specifically.
Yeah, he's a character actor.
Right. And he's just, you guys came in with some bruises and concussions, and you didn't know how it happened. And you were here with another guy and no baby. And then the old man he's doing a physical on, I'm assuming, just drops his gown and shows full disgusting old man ass.
Yep.
What? Yeah, so the old man goes to leave, and the doctor's like, I'll see you next weekend, Felix, and looks at the guys and goes... just shakes his head. Phil bribes the doctor for more time and like more information. So he goes and gets like the actual file. He's like, your blood work came back and you guys were roofied. And he's like, are you saying I was graped? He goes, actually, no. Alan goes, yeah, Doc, none of us can remember anything last night, remember?
Yeah, I think Alan pulls out the great joke. Roofies, what they call that? There should be flories. You're most likely to end up on the floor.
Yeah, that's the line that makes them all figure it out later too with other Doug. But
Yep.
he says you guys were talking about some wedding, and they're like, yeah, we're here for a wedding. And he's like, no, one that you just came from, at Beth's little chapel. And they ask him for a map, and he tells them to fuck off, and they go to the chapel, where we get another comedian cameo of Brian Callahan, who was huge in the Mad TV days and is now a douche podcast bro. As soon as they walk in, he comes up to Stu, and he was like, this is the wildest bastard I've ever met, and he thought he was going to eat my dick. And shows them a bunch of, they ordered a bunch of wedding photos, some mugs and calendars, all with the photos of the wedding with this woman, and Eddie says she had the baby, so now they know who the baby belongs to. But we need both parties for the annulment, and so they got to figure out where this lady is, get her the baby, get an annulment. Phil gets the address somehow. I think Eddie has it. Stu's like, we need to just torch the cop car. And Phil's like, I have a family. I'm not torching a cop car. And they start arguing. While they're arguing, Melissa calls Stu. And he's still trying to sell the fact that they're just at some winery. And she's like, is that a baby in the background? And then a bunch of guys show up with bats and start beating the shit out of the car. And he's still trying to lie through it. And they're asking, where is he? Where is he? And Phil's like, I think we're looking for the same guy. Eddie comes out with a gun and is like, you're making trouble with my place of business. And they fucking shoot Eddie. Nobody goes to check on him. I'm pretty sure Eddie's dead. And she calls back and Phil's like, why don't you just let that one go to voicemail? Like you should have been doing this whole time. And they take off and run over one of the guys with Bat's foot. And then they find the wife at a motel. And she comes out on the phone like she's been trying to figure out where her baby is, which makes no fucking sense because she says she left him there on purpose. But she's like, oh, he's with his father. And then just comes up and plants one on Stu. She's like, you're acting totally different. Why are you being so quiet? You were so crazy last night. And says the baby's name is Tyler. And Zach Galifianakis looks visibly upset when they're walking in. And Phil's like, I know, buddy. I like Carlos too.
Yeah, he looked like a Carlos.
They're asking about Doug, and she's like, oh, yeah, he was the best man at our wedding. And then Stu sees that she's wearing the Holocaust ring and he spits out his drink and starts freaking the fuck out as she walks away. And that's when Zach Galifianakis is like, I didn't know they gave out rings at the Holocaust. But she's like, no, I haven't seen Doug since the wedding. And then while she's talking, goes to breastfeed the baby. And Bradley Cooper freaks out about it. He does this like,
Just look away, dude. Just like there's a window right there.
And then she's like, I just finished my shift. And he's like, your shift? What are you, a nurse? Are you a blackjack dealer? And she's like, I'm a stripper, silly. And then she goes, well, technically escort, but being a stripper really drums up the business. And she's like, that's all in the past now that I married a doctor. And he's like, I'm actually a dentist. And then cops raid the place because they have been driving around in a cop car this whole time that has now been shot up and stolen and beaten to shit. And they're sitting at booking at this police station, and a scared straight tour is coming through. And we call this place Loserville, kids. And one of the kids goes to take a picture of Alan, and Alan fucking punts it out of his hand.
Yep.
The kid like locks eyes with him.
Basically.
Makes a fucking evil face. Phil is trying to smooth over things back home and calls Tracy and lies and says, we got a comp night from gambling all night, so we're going to spend one more night, just come back all relaxed and fresh for the wedding. And she's totally like not cool with it, but he just hangs up. And then we get a Rob Riggle cameo. Anytime I see Rob Riggle in a movie, it's a treat. He's just fucking hilarious. With the insanity that you can only get being a former Marine. He says, we found your Mercedes in the middle of Las Vegas Boulevard. And he's like, we can't get you in front of a judge until Monday morning. And he's like, you stole a police car? Not up in here. Phil works out a deal. It's like, you guys don't want to get embarrassed by the fact that your cop car got stolen. So why don't we work something out here? And then the cops start whispering to each other. And they're like, Okay, deal. And then cut to them in front of the scared straight class, and they're going to do taser practice.
I've been mildly shocked before. I hope I never get tased. It looks like it sucks in real life.
Dude, yeah, I remember at the science fair in high school, somebody had I don't even know what the project exactly was, but they had one of those old like phone things you wind up to generate electricity, and they were like, just hold these. And I held it while they wound it up, and I like fell to the floor. It was so fucking strong. And I was like, that isn't funny. Why are you doing that to kids at the science fair? But we get some funny physical comedy here where Tase Bradley Cooper in the nuts, and then the fat kid from earlier walks up to tase Alan and hits him right in the face, and he starts like zombie walking towards the kid, and Rob Riggle just hits him. He's like, sometimes you got to hit the big boys one more time. And when they're walking out, it's a total throwaway line, but it cracked me up. Stu's like, that was bullshit. I'm telling everyone we stole a cop car.
Yeah, they start driving away the Mercedes, and I think they start hearing like banging from the trunk.
Yes. Yeah, they're like seeing little stuff inside the Mercedes. They're like, we got a size 6 boot and a cigar here. And then Alan goes, what is this, a snake skin? And it's a used condom. They start throwing it around. And then, yeah, best part of the movie, arguably, they hear noise in the trunk, pull over. And Dr. Ken Jeong, a.k.a. Chow, this must have been like the first thing he was in, because forever, everybody just knew him as Mr. Chow.
Yep. And then he's whatever his fucking character was in Community for a while.
Right. Yes.
Senior Chang. That's it, yeah.
Yeah, he's fucking hilarious. I'm really glad he got out of being typecast like this, but he fucking jumps out and insisted on being authentic, and God bless him, because you see his entire tiny wiener.
Yeah, full butthole, like monkey fucking like climbing on fucking Sal. He's so strong.
It's just a forest of pubes.
He's like dick like, at mouth level. He's just attacking him. Fucking.
And it's a little so vaguely racist here, but this line lived on for eternity, where he goes, "You fuck on me." And Alan starts going, hey, I hate Godzilla. I hate him too. And then gets hit in the fucking head with a crowbar. And he just takes off into the desert. And they're like, what the fuck was that? Yeah, no matter how many times I see that movie, that part is fucking hilarious. And the way they all sell it on the ground, like, what? He was so mean. And then while they're laying on the ground beat up, Alan thinks it's a great time to let everybody know that he's the one that roofied them.
Yep.
He's like, the guy I bought it from seemed like a real straight shooter. He's like, I married a whore. She was a nice lady.
Yeah, but you thought it was ecstasy, and it turned out it's fucking roofies. I don't know how you make that mistake. Like, at what point the communication was fucking wrong?
Right. Well, when they talk to the guy later, he's just like, my bad, man. Like,
it's like, why do you have that just on hand? Like, no one's like saying, let's go to a roofie party, I'm gonna get fucked up tonight. Like, that's not a thing.
Right.
So I wonder what is the point? Like, why was Roofalin made? It's just like, we just need to like delete your memories while you're still active for fucking like 8 hours.
I don't know. Xanax does the same shit, so. Yeah, Alan says our best friend Doug is probably dead in a ditch with a meth head butt fucking his corpse. Alan goes, it's highly unlikely. They get back to the hotel, and they're like, what are we gonna do about the tiger? And he's like, how did it get in there? He's like, I don't know, because I don't remember, Alan. And he goes, yeah, that's one of the side effects of roofies. He's like, you are too dumb to insult. And then when they walk in the Air Tonight is playing, and we get our Mike Tyson cameo. He's like, shh, this is my favorite part coming up, and starts singing the most tone-deaf singing I've ever seen in my life, and then knocks Alan the fuck out.
Yeah, and it's like in time with the fucking do-do-do-do-do-do.
Yeah. And that part, yeah, like I said, was played in the trailer. Like, they harped on that like crazy. And that was a big selling point for going to see it for sure. But he's got like a bodyguard there, I think, something. He's like, Mr. Tyson would like to know why his tiger is in your bathroom. And they're like, we don't remember. We got drugged. And at this point, Stu's like, I don't even care if you fucking kill us. Just kill us. They're like, when you dropped your jacket there with a wallet and a room key in it, that's how we found you. They're like, you get the tiger back to our house. You're the ones that stole it. You figure it out. Go fuck yourself. And they leave. And they do rock, paper, scissors for who's going to go in there and get the tiger. And they're putting the roofies into a raw steak. And he's putting pepper all over it. Alan is. And Stu's like, is this something everybody knows? He goes, don't you know tigers hate pepper? And I'm like, what? Why do you know that? And then Alan goes, no, tigers love pepper. They hate cinnamon. And I'm like, what the fuck is it? And then he was like, I think Alan should be the one doing it. And then he's like, Alan took a punch from Mike Tyson. And they put 5 roofies in there, throw it in. And then while they're waiting for the tiger to pass out, we get the Tiger Snooze song from Ed Helms, which was improvised in between scenes. He just kept fucking around on the piano, and they're like, we should put that in the movie, but where? And then decided to put it right here. It's fucking hilarious. And if he gets murdered by tweakers, well, then we're just shit out of luck. And they put the tiger on a bell cart, and they're driving to Mike Tyson's. Alan's like, hey guys, when's the next Halley's Comet? Stu's like, I don't know, like another 60 years. He's like, but not tonight, right? No reason. And then the tiger starts waking up in the back, and it is, I don't know if they did it intentionally, but it is so beyond fake when they're in the car with the tiger that it's more funny.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's one of those things, that was like fucking can't because everyone will die, but.
Right, but like usually they could, if they wanted to, they could CGI it or make some attempt at making it look more real, but they went so far the opposite direction to where it looks like just a stuffed tiger that it was funnier to me. But, classic comedy road trip movie. They jump out while the tiger tears up the Mercedes. And when they cut back to when they're outside the Mercedes, it is 100% a real tiger, which is fucking... And then they just decide to push the car to Mike Tyson's. They get there, and he shows them the security footage of while they were there, and they had Doug with them, and they're just walking around all fucked up around Mike Tyson's house, pissing in the pool.
Man, it's like, I'm sorry, this is so majestic, I just needed to just say, I don't know, fuck this tiger.
Alan pukes all over the car while he's dry humping the tiger. It was fucking hilarious. Yeah, then they leave, and he's like, don't tell my wife about me marrying a hooker, by the way. And they're in the Mercedes, and he's freaking out about the car, and he's like, Alan's just the inside. Like, I got a guy who's great with interior. And then they get fucking T-boned by another car, and it's Mr. Chow, and he pulls them out. He's like, I want my purse back, assholes.
Yeah, he's accusing them of like stealing $80,000.
Yeah, he says, we met at Craps. Alan was on a heater, so I started playing on it, and they switched satchels, and you guys took $80,000 worth of chips. And basically says, show up at the desert with 80 grand, or we're going to kill your friend. And then they hear screaming from in the car. He's like, we have Doug, and goes, quid pro quo, douchebag, cash only. And then, toodaloo! Another iconic line from Mr. Chow. And they get back to the hotel, can't find the purse. They're like, what kind of money do we have? And Stu's like, I have 10 grand for the wedding. And Phil's like, well, good thing you're already married. And while they're sitting there talking, Alan pulls a piece of pizza out of the sofa. And he's like, ew, Alan, did you just eat sofa pizza? I don't know why that cracked me up so much, but it did. Alan finds his blackjack book. And yeah, they decide they're going to go down and count cards to get the money. Wolf Mother plays, which is like Joker and the Thief in the Night was in like every fucking movie in the 2000s.
Yep. They had one banger album and then just fucking disappeared.
Yeah. And there's a lot of great bands like that just faded into obscureness.
That's
kind of like
the
Coheed
joke.
and Cambria.
Yep. This is the joke. You have your entire life to write your first album and 6 months to write your second one.
Yeah. But they're all taken apart in the card counting. Stu is playing a part with his wife, and it was epic. I put Phil as the ultimate / worst hype man the entire time. Like, once it starts working, he's just like, fuck you, like taunting him, like, Phil, go somewhere, dude. Like, you're doing a horrible job.
Get some drinks, man. Just chill.
Right. They figure out the pit boss is watching, so the wife makes a distraction, and I'm like, you really should just stick with this woman. She's fucking awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we've seen just nothing but abuse from this other one, and she's like supportive and kind and really hot.
Yeah, I think wasn't she the hot chick in Anger Management? Every time I see her face, I see her crashing out and shoving cupcakes into her mouth. But they head out to the desert. They say they made $82,400. They're like, we should come back and clean this place out next week. And he's like, next week's no good for me. Jonas Brothers are in town. Which is just further adding to, what the fuck is up with Alan, man?
That's putting more pressure on the, I'm not allowed to be, if he can't be around children, he can't be fucking go to Jonas Brothers concert.
Oh, you know what? Maybe that's what he meant. I assumed he meant he had to go see the Jonas Brothers. Maybe he can't be in Vegas because the Jonas Brothers are there.
It's like, oh yeah, they have a 35-mile restraining order on me. I can't.
It might come up in later movies. I don't remember, but they
Yeah, and I
sing
never saw
the
3, but I've seen 2 fucking more times than I can count. So
yeah. I don't remember 3 at all. They sing the three best friends song. I love that they put like a little tiny orchestra score behind it while he's singing it. That was funny. They find Chow and he's like, Alan's like, you got to flash your lights and let him know it's on. He's like, we just drove 30 miles into the desert. He knows it's on. He's like, just do it. And then as soon as he does it, they get out of the car and he's like, see? They're like, we'd like to verify that Doug is okay, if that's cool. And he's like, of course, dude, that is cool.
like so understanding and kind.
Well, they end up being like best friends in later movies.
Yeah.
Stu and Chow do. They hand over the money, and then when they pull the bag off, Doug is Omar Epps. It is not.
Yep.
Or not
Black
Mike
Doug.
Epps, not Omar Epps. My bad. I'm really bad at that lately. But yeah, it's Mike Epps, and they're like, this is the wrong
It's not our
Doug.
Doug. He's like, I'm not your Doug.
He's like, the Doug we're looking for is white. This is the guy that sold me the bad drugs. And he's like, you gave us the wrong Doug. Fuck that. Take him back. And the whole time Mike Epps is just like, come on, man. I'll be your Doug. And he goes, sure, I'll give him back right after you suck on these little Chinese nuts. So long, gay boys. And then I love this part too. Phil starts freaking out. He's like, God damn it. And Alan's walking behind him going, gosh darn it. Shit, shoot. And now we're caught up to the beginning of the movie where he calls Tracy and says, we're not going to make it. He said, we're all hanging out at the Bellagio. We don't remember because the world's worst drug dealer gave Alan roofies. And then they say, why even call them roofies? He's like, what? What did you say? He's like, why even call them roofies? You end up on the floor, not on the roof. And then that's when Ed Helms puts it all together and tackles Phil while he's on the phone, picks it up and goes, don't listen to Phil. He's still drunk. And then hangs up. And he's like, I know where Doug is. And then really they just crash through the end of the movie right here. They put it together.
Right up to the roof.
Yeah, they figure out they were like, when in summer camp we pranked Doug by taking him out to the lake still on his mattress. They're like, we must have done the same thing. And when they find him on the roof, he is burnt to fucking shit. I'm like,
oh, he's
can you
almost
imagine?
dead. Like if they had like one more day, they couldn't have found him. He's dead.
Right.
This is a rule of threes. It's 3 minutes without air, 3 days without water, 3 weeks without food.
Well, and he's already dehydrated as fuck because he's hungover.
Oh, God, imagine waking up with a hangover in that situation. Like, I'm surprised he didn't just jump off the roof.
I was gonna say I would have taken that mattress and taken my chances going off the fucking roof, dude.
Right, aim for the pool or something, man. I don't know.
Because it's been like 2 days. That would be hell on earth. Also, I feel like I could have gotten somebody's attention because that roof wasn't that high.
Oh, I'd be like peeing off the roof or something, or like fucking throwing shit. I don't know, man. Anything. I'd do like handfuls of gravel just at any passerby.
Right.
I'd be trying.
Breaking glass, throwing glass down.
Yep.
He's like, I'm getting married today. And they're like, I can't remember who says, oh, Alan. He's like, Phil. He goes, we got to hurry because frankly, you're wasting a little bit of time right now. He goes, you fucking asshole, and tries to tackle Phil. He goes, ow! And they're like, every flight to LA is booked. Ed Helms sees his wife, and he goes, give me 1 second. And he goes off to say goodbye to his not wife. And she's like, this thing was stupid. You were really fucked up. She's like, you did pull out your own tooth. And he's like, why? He's like, Alan bet you that you weren't a good enough dentist to do it. He's like, at least you won. And then he's like, what are you doing next weekend? I'd like to come back and actually take you out to dinner. And I'm like, good for you, Stu. Get some more dope music as they haul ass back to LA. For some reason, I don't fully understand. Mike Vallely comes up in a van to give them their tuxes. I don't know what the fuck Mike Vallely had to do with this movie, but I will always love a random Mike Vallely cameo. Do you remember Mike Vallely?
No, I don't even know who
Viva
that is.
La Bam, CKY. He was a skater that got famous for like fighting cops.
Yeah, I
He
mean,
would go
that's-
skate like shopping malls and shit like that. And when the cops would show up, he'd just blast Pantera and beat the shit out of all of them.
Yeah, no, I didn't remember that one. That one didn't make it to fucking Viva La Bam, I guess.
Yeah, so I don't know why he was in this, but that was hilarious. And they're like, who's that guy? And he's like, that's just my buddy. And then, yeah, they make it to the
It's
wedding.
probably true. It's probably just his buddy in real life.
Right. While they're standing there waiting for her to walk down the aisle, Doug's like, sorry, I'm late. And the father-in-law just winks at him and says Vegas. And cut to the reception. His wife is flipping out on him.
Car.
Huh?
See how happy he is when he sees his car.
Right. He seems rich enough that it probably isn't that big of a deal to him.
Yeah.
But at the reception, his wife, while he's getting married, asks, "Why are you so red?" And he says, "It's a long story, but as long as we're married, this will never happen again. Can you forgive me?" And she just does, and it's easy. And I'm like, bullshit. No fucking
Yeah.
chance.
No, there's a massive conversation happening immediately after the ceremony.
Right.
Like, what the fuck?
My favorite movie band ever, That Damn Band, that comes up in movies like this and Old School, is playing Candy Shop. And he's like singing it in an old woman's face and flips off an old man while he's doing it. I fucking love this band, dude. They're the ones that did the "I fucking need you more than ever."
Yeah.
And then just a random little shot of Phil is like for all his shit talking about how he hates his life and hates being married and having kids, he's like a really good dad. His kids love him. And Stu's bitch wife comes up to him and is like, "What happened to your tooth?" "I called the Airbnb and they had no record of you there." He's like, "'Cause we didn't go."
Yeah, but he just crashes out there, which is completely valid.
When he walks away, Alan's like, "It was a pleasure meeting you." And she goes, "Fuck off." And he goes, "I'm thinking of getting my bartender's license." And she goes, "Suck my dick." And he goes, "No, thank you." And yeah, then they're all off sitting in chairs. Phil's got his kid asleep on his shoulder. And Doug walks up with a camera and is like, "I found this." And they're like, "We all agree we look at it once together and then delete the evidence forever." And then it starts playing Flow Rida and possibly the best end credits montage ever of pictures where it's just immediate strippers and Carrot Top doing cocaine.
Yeah. Making out with an old lady, like Stu pulling out his own tooth, like Chow's partying with them. And
Alan straight up getting blown by an old lady.
Yeah, and there's like ironically at the end there's a photo of fucking Doug passed out on the roof, so they just found that fucking camera. They know exactly where he was.
But yeah, it's just so vulgar. When they show Alan getting blown by the old lady, they show full dick and balls. I'm like, what the fuck?
I wonder if it's because it's a still image and has different rules on it or something. Because
or they just fit all the penis they were allowed to show in a rated R movie in the last fucking 10 seconds. Yeah, but that was The Hangover. And,
all right, and the next movie I'll be more prepared for.
Yeah, what an opening.
Yeah, we just cold open on I guess like the textbook definition of like white savior syndrome.
Yeah, I said I was always pretty sure this was a jab at Bono.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, no, because like there's the whole South Park thing where it's like Bono's helping kids in Africa. He's just going yeah, like fucking at him, and like that's him helping. Yeah, no, this has been a thing for years where just like some like rich person realizes they're suffering in other parts of the world, and like if I go there and tell people about it, then it will fix all the problems. It's like, oh, that's not how this works. It's problems that are multiple generations in the making, and there's no quick solution. But so we get Aldous Snow, who is a bit of a washed up British rock star, which like I don't even really know what era he's from because his age is hard to pin down in this.
Right.
Because like it's like he's like Jonah Hill's like, I listened to you when I was a teenager, and I'm like, I don't feel like the age gap is that wide enough to be saying that, but
some of the music has a vaguely Rolling Stones vibe to it, so I don't know if it's supposed to be like that or like
like he was supposed to be like with like fucking like Led Zeppelin, Rolling Stone, like that era of music seems to be like kind of where it comes from. But yeah, we just opened to a song titled African Child, which is I don't have words. Like it's
for all the songs like, that are in this movie that are funny, they are also like kind of good. This is the exception to that. It is terrible, and
yeah, there's because like we started the music video where like, or it's like the making of the music video where he like describes himself as like, I kind of told the costume designer like wanted like white African space Jesus and
Space Christ.
That's what I got. Yeah, Space Christ.
He's like, I'm not saying I'm like Christ, but if some people want to say that, then.
And there's literally this scene where like I think like the line is there's an African child inside me of him like giving birth to an African child. Like it's just and like he's with his like his wife Jackie O, who was supposed to be kind of a parody of like Lady Gaga. I've kind of figured.
Yeah. Something like that. Some of her songs reminded me of like Britney Spears or something too.
Yeah, just kind of like a vapid like pop star. And they're just like, oh, it's so important. We're doing these important things because they're important. It's just like that level of fucking like self-awareness.
She says he's really passionate about all these places and like potentially going there someday.
Yeah. And he goes, it's like, yeah, people are gonna let me like African Child and like Sergeant Pepper, like equal.
Right. And then the headline that shows directly after that is worst thing to happen to Africa since apartheid.
Yeah, and just completely like tanks his career. It just shows like there's like just a montage of him crashing out and like being on talk shows, being completely fucking wasted. Then he gets sober, and like then his wife is like annoyed that he's sober now, or it's just like,
Yeah.
and they're on a talk show. It's like, yeah, no, this is 7 years ago. He'd have had you over that chair, and I'd be watching you. So,
She's like, he spends all day getting his whole body hot except for one part.
yeah, just like being so fucking mean to him.
You get a blurred vagina shot of her too while she's talking shit. The camera changes
Yep.
angle, and it's just she's just sitting there, legs open, just full.
Yeah, and then he's like, this is what you want? Like, I'll do lines off a forehead while I'm not deep in it. Is that what you want? Yeah. Then I think like then it kind of pulls back, and we see like this is our main character Aaron watching like the documentary of this essentially,
Right.
and yeah, he's waking up just as his girlfriend is. Fiance is getting home from her triple shift at the hospital, and we need to look at doctors' shifts because I know for a fact the man who pioneered them was a massive cocaine addict. Like this is not debatable. This is like medical historical fact,
Right.
and we are destroying our medical professionals.
Right.
Like, yeah, do a double, and then you're gonna be on call for the next 8 hours.
She's like already asleep, basically, like talking to her when she gets in bed, and she's just like, "Yeah, I had guts all over me. There was blood everywhere. It was crazy." She's just like passing, like, "Oh, I got you a little egg sandwich, by the way. Love you."
It's like I kind of ate it already, and it's cold. And just like, yeah, they're completely opposite schedules. Like she's just like completely ignoring what he's saying just because she's fucking like basically unconscious. And
I think she
having
puts on the
faded
sleep
a-
mask, and she's like, "You want to have some sex?" He's like, "Are you sure? I've always wanted to have sex with the Lone Ranger / Hamburglar."
Yeah, and then it cuts to him at work, and he's talking to Aziz Ansari.
Yeah, you get a lot of cameos right in a fucking row here.
Yeah.
Because you got Aziz, you got Nick from New Girl. Who's the other fucking person? Nick Kroll.
Nick Kroll is in there. Fucking P. Diddy himself.
Yeah, this didn't age well because it opens
No.
with Aziz talking about going to Jay-Z's house and eating cheese off some girl's titties. And I'm like, that probably happened.
Yeah, he's like, I woke up with glitter on my dick.
Yeah, dude, the fact that Diddy's in it, I would not doubt that Aziz ended up at a freak off, and that actually happened.
Yep. Yeah, and yeah, basically it cuts to fucking P. Diddy playing fucking P. Diddy. I think his name's Sergio in this, but it's just fucking P.
It's just
Diddy.
P. Diddy, yeah.
Like, yeah. And he's in charge of like a record label, and just basically is like, okay, we're fucking going under. What the fuck? Like, what are we doing? Like,
So we gotta thicken our fucking stream. We gotta thicken the fuck out of it.
Yeah, and as like he's like talking, like someone's phone goes off like in the group, and he's like, "Whose fucking phone is that?" And he's like, "Answer it." It's like, yeah, yep, no, it's me. It's like, yeah, no, I can't talk. Yeah, he's staring at me right now. Yeah, no, I'm like terrified.
He's like, I swear to God, I'm not joking.
Yeah, I swear to God, I'm joking. He's like, hang up the fucking phone. It's like, all right. It's like, throw it out the office. Like, I really don't want to. Throw it out the fucking office. Like, all right. All these people are afraid of him.
All these people in one scene is fucking hilarious, dude.
Oh God,
he goes, I own 20 kookaroos. 21.
Yeah, it's like, oh,
21 kookaroos.
Yeah, you think this is for me? Like, I'm fine. I own 20 kookaroos. Like 21's there. 20 kookaroos.
And then that big fat guy is like, y'all are fucked.
Yep. He's right. Yeah, and then I think Nick Kroll steps up. He's like, I found like the new Alicia Keys. He's like, what was the last person you brought here? He's like, Chocolate Daddy. It's like, Chocolate motherfucking Daddy.
He sold 15,000 units. He's like, I'm proud of that. Proud of every unit. It's like, I'm sorry for my outburst. I'm having a panic attack right now. And the only one with a real idea is Jonah Hill. And he says, 10-year anniversary of Aldous Snow Live at the Greek. We can simulcast it on HBO and Showtime, generate millions of dollars, jumpstart sales on the back catalog. And as soon as I heard that, I was like, oh yeah, this movie came out when you still had to go pay 99 cents per song on Apple.
Yep.
Well, unless you had LimeWire, you know.
Yeah, yo-ho, pirating.
Yeah.
And then your parents are like, why does the computer have so many goddamn viruses? I'm like, I don't know, Mom.
He's like, that's nice, but we're not going to do that. Listen to this. He'll explain. He goes, gonna fuck your shit. Gonna fuck your bitch.
It's like the fucking, like, it's like cliche fucking gangster rap you ever heard. Yeah, then we cut back to Aaron's house, and he wants to go see Mars Volta, which would be fucking awesome.
And then you get another very sent gif here while he puts on Mars Volta and does that.
And the girlfriend's like, can we just stay home? And is she from not Gossip Girl? She's Rory, right? His girlfriend. It's like from fucking Gilmore Girls.
I don't know, dude. I saw Gilmore Girls briefly when I still stayed at home with my mom and watched stuff she liked. I don't remember.
I need to look.
Like I said, I know she was in Mad Men, and I know she's the star of Handmaid's Tale. But Elizabeth Moss, Gilmore Girls.
I could be completely wrong. Just she kind of has the same face.
She is not in Gilmore Girls.
All right, that's a completely different actress. Ignore my previous statements.
Wait, she says she did star in Handmaid's Tale alongside Alexis Bledel, who did play Rory Gilmore. So that's weird. That
Okay, maybe that's where maybe that's where my brain's dyslexing the
what
two
the
things
fuck,
together.
dude? That was some Rain Man level shit. The way you just connected
see, the
those
problem
dots.
is I can't control it. Is the problem? It comes and goes randomly.
That's impressive.
Yeah, it's called Idiot Savant for a reason because the idiot's in there.
She's like, if you stay home, I'll have sex with you. And he's like, feels like you're blackmailing me with your genitals. She's like, you try. He's like, it doesn't work with the penis.
And it's just like, if you don't come to Mars Volta with me, no penis. He's like, yeah, no, it doesn't work. Like, yeah, then we cut back to the production studio, and now Sergio, aka P. Diddy's, is like, yeah, we're going with your idea.
Right.
Because apparently the gangster guy is like not gangster enough.
Right. Yeah, he's watching concert footage, and he's like, he's interested and available. Which is
he gives his whole speech like, this is your moment. You can seize this moment.
And it does the whole mind fucking thing. He's like, you ever been mind fucked before? You feel my dick fucking your mind?
He's like, no. Like, this is what mind fucking is.
And then he's like, hey, do you love African Child? He's like, no. He's like, listen, you fucking love African Child. He's like, oh, okay. He's like, do you love African Child? He's like, fuck no. You just call me a house N-word? Don't ever ask me that shit again.
It's like, but if he asked me, I love African Child. I brought my teeth to that shit. Don't ever ask me that again.
No, I did not call you a house N-word.
Man, it's just like, you want me to lie to him? It's like, no, we don't lie. We just believe in valid truths.
Which, again, just feels like some shit Diddy says to people.
Mm-hmm.
And you see more of the malpractice of the medical system because Daphne's asleep at work.
Yeah, she's like, hey, it's like, I think I was asleep. With her fucking eyes open. It's like, so we got this like huge deal, and like I'm gonna like he just like lays out the whole fucking spiel to her that he's gonna go like try to revive this like rock star's like career, and it's like his big break. She's like, cool, we're moving to Seattle. So he's like, yeah, I got a place where I can like actually sleep, and we're moving to Seattle. He's just like, I feel like you're like not taking my emotions or opinion into this.
He's like, do you not see how problematic it is that you just decided I'm moving to Seattle? He's like, I feel like I'm a 50s housewife and my dreams don't matter, and you're Michael Jackson's dad and abusing me.
What? Like, she didn't like comprehend what he's saying. He's like so tired.
He goes, oh, side note, you're moving to Africa. Sorry.
Yeah, then I think like she just like kind of breaks up with him here, like on a whim. Just it's like, okay, I guess we're done then.
Yeah, she says like we should take some time, which is like, you know, the oldest trope in comedy ever, where he hears that and he's just like, oh, okay, we're broken up. Right before the scene ends, he goes, are you on your period or something? She's like, what? He's like, are you on your period or something? She's like, are you fucking kidding me?
Even if we're right, we're wrong. Actually, if we're right, it's worse.
Yeah, exactly.
Kids watching at home, that's not a question that ever comes up. Like, you don't ask a woman if she's pregnant. Don't ask her if she's on her period. You don't ask her what her weight is. If you do these three things, your life will be much easier.
Dead on. And then it, cuts to him in London.
Yeah. Then he just goes and knocks on this door in this like nice apartment complex, and the guy opens up, like, "Oh yeah, you're from the record company for the show in 3 days, right? Hey, come on, come in." He comes in, and fucking Russell Brand's just like standing, like staring out at London's. Like, or no, I guess he he goes out to the fucking balcony first. Then then Aldous Snow fucking comes up. He's like, "Hi, I'm Aldous Snow, rock star."
Yeah. And he's like, that show's not for another 2 months. And then like calls in his mom and stepdad to agree with him. And he's like,
yeah, and like the stepdad like fucking like says like, oh yeah, 3 days, and like this like it's like it's not for 2 months. It's like, no, 2 months. Like, who's this? I've never met him before.
Like, I've never seen you before in my life. He just rolls with it and goes, sorry, I changed the date. And they're like, finally, some honesty.
Yeah, it's like now the healing can begin. Now we can move on.
And then right before they leave, they're sitting there on the couch, and she's just like, "Where's Jackie? I always liked her." And he's like, "Where's my dad? I always liked him."
Yeah, just for no fucking reason, just like fucking snapping at each other. And they're just like, "Oh no, no, sorry, mom, I love you." She's like, "I love you." I'm just like, the fuck is this fucking weird fucking
She does mention if you love him so much, go see him while you're in America. Like that comes up later.
Yeah, they're like just driving to the airport, and he's asking, so like, what should I play? It's like, well, like, you know, if I had to choose, like, if your whole album, like, yours, like, the clap is like your best song. He's like, African Child, then, like, everyone in the car's like, yeah, African Child.
Yeah, and then he says, "Oh yeah, I brushed my teeth to that shit." Straight up cops that line, and he's like, "Well, we better get going. We don't want to miss that flight." And he's like, "Yeah, change it to the next one," and then that just keeps happening. Change it to the next one. Change it to the next one. They get fucked up all around London.
Yeah, it was a Malfoy cameo for a second, which made me like cringe in my fucking boots, and I think I'm gonna fast forward past that part next time.
Okay.
So it hurt me. And yeah, he's at one point he's like, "Okay, so you and me, we're gonna bang those two girls over there." And he's like, "I don't know, man. I just like broke up." It's like, "What?" Like, it's like, "Well, what color hair did your ex have?" It's like, "Brunette." She's like, "Blonde then."
Right. I like that when he goes up to talk to him though, he's like making out with a girl, and he just grabs his face and pulls it away from her to talk to him. And yeah, he just goes straight to this girl. They're talking for like 5 seconds, and she's like, "Do you want to go to the loo?" And he's like, "Why?" And then they're just fucking in the bathroom.
Yeah, and then there's just like a fucking like smash cut of how all nights like this end, where it's just like drinks, vomiting in fucking trash can, taxi cab, pass out of bed.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And yeah, again, another movie of seeing somebody wake up after that and just being like, "I'm so glad I don't drink anymore."
And he wakes up, he's like, "What the fuck is this, Middle Earth?"
Yeah. He's like, "Just take us to the fucking airport." And then he's sleeping on the plane, and I love Russell Brand's like, Aaron, you're sleeping. Stop that. Wake up." He's like, "You sleep too much."
Yeah, it's like, why do people think my music shit? Just like as he's just like fucking woken up out of this coma. And he's like, he's like, I don't know, man. It's just like, he's like, no, really, like man to man, honest, like tell me your honest opinion. He's like, I don't know. I guess like the last album just felt like you were just doing like whatever the producers told you to, and like it should just be like raw, fucking like, you know, like 4 instruments fucking on the floor. And like I forget exactly how, but like he basically admits like African Child is like shitty.
Yeah, he says, "Sometimes I listen to it and I go, what is this piece of shit? And what the fuck was he thinking?" And then he looks back at all this and he's not smiling anymore. He's like, "Don't ever talk to me like that again, you little piece of shit."
Yeah. It's like it's weird. Like I hate you, but I also respect you for what you said. So like there's like this core of hate wrapped with respect.
He's like, "It's respect peppered with hate." He's like, "In the future, if someone asks you for a critique of their work, don't rip out their gizzards and hold it in front of their face. What do you know?"
It's funny, like right before that though, he's saying it's like because he's like kind of glazing fucking African Child. It's like really because they said it was like the worst thing since like the Rodney King riots. It's like it was the 3rd most damaging thing to Africa beneath like famine and war.
And then, yeah, while they're talking, he looks over and Sarah Marshall's on TV. He's like, "I think I used to have sex with her," and like holds up the headphones to a part where she's like, she's not sexually moaning, but she's making similar noises. He's like, "Yep."
Oh yeah, we found out he hasn't performed in 3 years.
Yeah, he's like, "I'm gonna need a drink because I haven't done this in 3 years." And Sergio calls him, cussing him out. You get a Pharrell cameo. He's the one in the pink polo.
Yeah.
Like, lose the pink, man. It's not gang. He's like, everything doesn't have to be gangsta. He's like, the name of the song is "I'm Gangsta." He's like, "Whatever, motherfucker. You're 5 zippers away from being Thriller." He's like, "You're 1 shirt away from being Carlton, motherfucker."
That's so quick.
Yeah, I really would hate to think Pharrell, now come to think of it, was involved in the Diddy shit, because Pharrell seems like such a good
dude, fucking, what's his name? The fucking, the guy from fucking that 70s show, the non-rapist one, fucking Kelso, what's his name?
Oh, Ashton Kutcher, yeah, which is really fucked up, because he founded a foundation for finding sexual predators.
Maybe felt guilty. I mean, I know Mila Kunis fucking left his ass. So there must have been something fucking going on there that was like.
Well, they got back together, right? Because they were writing, because they together were writing like character statements for Danny Masterson, and I'm like, dude,
I think that was before the Diddy stuff. Like Danny went down before Diddy.
Oh, you're right. Right when the Diddy shit came out, she was like, "Peace."
Yeah, and then everyone was like, "Wow, why doesn't like fucking God, like the God Eric fucking like why doesn't Eric like hang out with these people?" Yeah, Topher Grace, and it's like,
Yeah, he looks so much better now because people used to shit on him and like, yeah, I heard he was an asshole and didn't hang out with the cast, and now it's like Topher Grace is a godsend.
Yep. Well, even dude, Lauren Pon's like fucking Scientologist apparently.
Who is?
Fucking Donna.
I believe that she is.
Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean,
Fez has
right out
been-
of the gates, you know, Mila Kunis lied about her age to be on the show, and like Ashton
Yeah.
Kutcher knew that, and they say there's a part where he like kissed her, and that wasn't supposed to be what happened, where he actually kisses her, and I'm like, so this is why Topher Grace was like, you guys are fucked up.
Yep.
But yeah, he's Aaron starts trying to drink all of Alice's booze and smoke all of his weed so he doesn't get fucked up.
And it's like, that's really fucked up what you're doing right now.
He's
Just
like, don't be a bitch, dude.
burning down the fucking joint in like one fucking run.
And then
And he shows
chugs
up
the
like-
whole decanter.
Yeah. And it's like Good Morning America or something like that they're on.
Yes.
It's like an actual
the Today Show.
Yeah. The Today Show, yeah. He just shows up just like fucking drained as hell. Just like trying to like struggle to be a human.
Yeah, he's got like puke on his shirt. And the lady's really like, you smell like a hobo. Do you have any idea how late you are?
He's like, my mom watches your show.
He's like, my mom loves your shit. And yeah, Aldous blames Aaron for them being late. And, you know, they all look at him and see him fucked up. So it's believable.
Oh god! And then all this comes over to Aaron. It's like, I don't know the lyrics to African Child, and he's like, it's easy. It's just like, I crossed the mystic desert to cross the mystic desert. It's like that's not it. It's like, fuck, I'll find the lyrics. It's like sprinting through the fucking crowd. Who knows African Child?
Yeah, he runs up to the guy with the bongo and he's like, do you know the lyrics? He's like, man, I just play the bongos and do the Africa face.
And there's a
I love that while they're doing the interview too, the whole thing with the Today Show is that you can see like New York
The
out the
crowd
window
behind
behind
them,
them, and you see Aaron outside screaming and running back and forth.
he runs back in, like takes out a fucking studio lamp. Just like, oh god.
He runs into what's his name? Yeah, he runs into Paul Krugman. He's like, "Are you Paul Krugman?" And he's like, "Yeah." He's like, "My dad loves your shit."
Oh yeah, then Aldous is on stage and just living the nightmare that any drama kid ever had, where you're on stage and can't remember the fucking lyrics to your fucking performance.
But does the
It's like-
ultimate pivot and saves it.
Yeah, because just like he's like, everybody remember the clap, and everyone's like, yeah. And thank God this fucking African like fucking traditional tribal band knows the clap as well.
Right. I love when he's playing it, the crowd goes absolutely nuts, and they keep like cutting out to the crowd where they're holding the mic up, and then he goes, "I got the clap," and then when it cuts to, they hold a mic up to Aaron, he goes, "I'm so shit faced."
This is like, oh Christ.
Aldous humps the camera while it's on the stage, and it shows the
Yeah, and-
producers go, "Tell the West Coast they got to trim the balls."
Yeah, and if you haven't listened to the clap, any of this music, like just go listen to the clap. Like the clap slaps.
It's awesome. It's fucking dope, dude. Like funny lyrics aside, it's a fucking bop. And
Yeah,
then,
no,
yeah,
it's like,
they-
unironically, if you released that song like 30, 40 years ago, it probably would have got some fucking traction.
yeah, even with the lyrics staying the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they run out to the limo and take off and go to a bar immediately.
Yeah. And he's like, oh, dude, the clap is a great idea. And he's like starting to warm up to Aaron a little bit.
Right.
And yeah, I think Daphne calls at this point while he's still like fucking shit faced, basically.
Yeah, she's like apologizing and he's like putting it together that they may not be broken up.
Yeah, just like it's no big deal. I was just like really tired and just like
He's like, I thought you broke up with me. And she's like, Aaron, we own a house together. How would we just break up?
fair.
And she goes, how could you think that? What have you been doing? Like immediately is on to him.
Yeah. Just was like, nothing, I gotta go. He fucking like hangs up on her.
He goes, just because you're a doctor doesn't mean you're a good person. The Nazis had doctors.
And yeah, and then and he starts talking to Aldous about it, and Aldous' perception of monogamy apparently is you can bang anyone you want as long as you tell your primary partner.
I feel like that's just Russell Brand's view on monogamy.
Yeah, and they're like, okay, like we gotta get to sleep, like we got a like early flight tomorrow. It's like, yeah. Like, first, here's some absinthe.
Right. Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. Also, this is not an accurate portrayal of absinthe.
Well, I mean, have you ever had like the real absinthe? I mean, we
Yes.
don't hallucinate Pete, he said, with the wormwood stick in it.
Yes, my dad's best friend lived in Switzerland, so he brought it with him.
Okay, fair enough. Go
It
from
was
the
not as
source.
fun as it looks in this movie, in my experience.
No, honestly, it's more if you know the difference between hallucinating and delirium, like that's kind of where absinthe falls out. It's
Right.
you're like high but don't realize it 100% that you're high. It's a fucked up drunk.
Yeah, that was the first time I've seen my dad completely fall apart the way he did was on absinthe. Yeah, they're tripping balls and dancing at a club, and Sergio's head starts popping up. He's like, "You lost your phone, motherfucker!" And he's like, "Look, I'm eating my own head." And he butt dials Daphne, and he's telling a chick that he's basically Aldis's producer.
And yeah, we cut to Aldous like passed out in his room, and he starts like watching like fucking like there's a Jackie O video, I think.
Yeah, it's like a VHS tape of them together and like being happy.
Yeah,
And he's like,
I
"I
guess it's
will
like
not call
they're old
you."
apart. Yeah, he's like, "I'll call you." Then it cuts like the morning, just like fucking he's calling her.
And we get a Lars Ulrich cameo.
Like,
Yeah, does the mom impression. He is like, "Jackie, I never thought you would be with a drummer. I always thought you would be with a front man."
it's like your mother sounds like Monty Python.
Yeah, Lars Ulrich rolling with the punches, way cooler than anybody should be with what's happening here.
Oh yeah,
Also, fuck Lars Ulrich.
yeah. That is his whole Napster bullshit, which they call him out on, which is
Yes,
funny.
fucking prick. But yeah, he's like, "Get up. I can't be here anymore."
Yeah, and this is where he starts spiraling. Like he's been okay up to this point, but now he's just like fucking going into this like depression spiral. It's like I need
Yes.
heroin.
I'm very familiar with this place. Yeah, he goes, "Pull over here, mate. I want to get a pretzel." And he looks at the driver and he's like, "He's not getting a pretzel, is he?" He's like, "Not one with salt on it." And then possibly the best scene of the movie, in my opinion, where he's like, "I need you to put this up your rectum. This is a necessary part of your job. And if you don't, I won't do the show. So the only logical thing in this situation is to put this deep inside of your asshole."
He walks over like a potted plant. Just the facial acting Jonah Hill does here is fucking great.
He calls
He's like,
Sergio and he tells him, "You put it up your ass and then you hold all the power in your ass." And when he walks off to the plant, they're like 20 feet away from TSA, who's looking directly at them.
Like, it's like, oh, that man just fucking walked out of the line and shoved something up his ass. It's fine.
Like, whatever, he's with all the snow. Who cares, right? He wipes his hand off on the plant.
Yeah,
And
he's
giving
the
him shit
concert's
for...
like sold out at this point too.
Yeah, yeah. And he's giving him shit for even doing drugs. And I love this little speech. I would be remiss to not say that I haven't given this exact speech to someone before in the height of my addiction. But he's like, "Aaron, you're worried about so many things. You've got your marriage, you've got your job, you've got this. My list has one word on it." It's drugs. And then he's like, "Oh, no, I have to sneeze." And he's like, "Aaron, listen to me. It is very important that you clench at the same time."
He's like, "Why'd you do this to me?" "Out of love."
He goes, "Hit it." It's like, fuck, I think I broke a rib.
And we also figure out he has switched the flight to Vegas to go see his dad. So he's like not even going to the gig at this point.
And Aaron tries to like blackmail him into doing what he wants. He's like, "I did that favor for you earlier." He's like, "What favor? The heroin?"
Yeah, the other friend has heroin in his asshole. Like right now, he's a mule. A mule.
Totally fucking backfires. And again, when they're on the plane, he's like, "I want my package now." And it cuts from the plane to the car with him tickling him because he won't give it to him.
You get in the fucking apartment or in the fucking hotel room, and he just like fucking like jumps on him. He's like, "Give more drugs."
Just reaches up his ass and pulls it out. And I do love this part because if they had blown this off, like, it was funny, it would have been realistic, but he gets legit pissed. Aaron knocks it out of his hand and like stomps his heroin into the carpet. And he even is like, "Haha, I took your heroin." And he was like, "This isn't a fucking game, Aaron." He's like, "This is my medicine and you've taken it from me and you need to remedy it." And I'm like, that's real.
It's like, he's like, "No, right now I am annoyed. In 30 minutes, I'm going to be mad. I will fuck you up."
Fuck you up, son. And the dude, this little cutaway is so fucking funny. He's like, "I need you to go find it." And he goes down to the front desk of the hotel, and it's TJ Miller, who is always hilarious. And he's like, "I need you to look up my friend." It's spelled HEOR. And he spells hair. He's like, can you find that guess for me?" He's like, "I see what you're doing, and I don't think it's funny." He's like, "Can you find that guess for me?" He's like, "Yeah, I can. Meet me out back in 20 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like this fucking Las Vegas, dude. And then he's in a straight up... I wouldn't be shocked if they straight up took the car from Fast and Furious for this scene, because it looks just like it.
Yeah, then he gets in and like, "All right, let's go." And like they like go to like the drug meetup and it's
his roommate walks in and is like, where's that money you owe me? He's like, I'm not going to give it to you, dude. What are you going to do? Stab me? And then he just cuts back to the car.
Kicks him out of the car at the hospital. He's like, you could have dropped me closer.
He just takes off, leaves the car and everything. You see a little Jackie Q song where she's singing Ring Around My Posy. And I love that the song ends with her going, I'm talking about my asshole.
Jackie Q.
And then he's like, I couldn't get what you wanted. He was like, turns out it's really easy to get in Las Vegas.
Yeah, I forgot I asked you to do that.
Yeah. And he's like, I'm looking forward to seeing my dad. And it says 1 hour until LA sound check. And they're watching the Rat Pack, like straight up the Rat Pack. And his dad's like way in the background playing bass. And he looks miserable.
Yeah, they all go to a bar afterwards and just dad starts. Or no, I guess it's the penthouse they all go to, I guess, not the bar, right?
Well, first they're at the bar, then they go to the penthouse. Yeah, they're all
That's it, yeah.
He's there with his wife and bragging a whole bunch about how he's like, I wrote all your songs with the tip of my dick because you came for me, basically.
Yep, and like, well, he's like hyping up while also talking shit about African Child at like the same fucking time.
Right. And then he's like, I'm playing a show at the Greek, and his wife's like, oh, we should go. And he's like, I'm too busy. He's like, some of us have to work for a living. And he goes, oh, that's right. I forgot I became a rock star as a result of a quiz show. And then they're at the strip club or whatever, and Sergio calls like, you missed sound check, bitch. And he's like, guess what? I'm down at the lobby. And he goes, oh, actually, he's asleep. He just went to bed. And then Sergio's right fucking next to him.
Like, you lost control of the situation.
Yeah. Says we're going to party him into the ground. We're going to party these pussy limey motherfuckers into the ground, but we got to mind fuck them. And then this is where we go to the penthouse or whatever, where everything's covered in fucking fur. Another epic scene.
Yeah, they're all like, fucked up and talking about the Rat Pack and shit.
Yeah, and he's Aaron's being a little bitch, like he has the whole movie. Like, we need to, go to bed, whatever, get ready for the show. He's like, he's been a bitch like this the whole time, and he's like, grabs a girl and tells her, you're going to go have sex with Aaron right now. I'm like, holy fuck, did this not age well? Like, the fact that it's Diddy doing it, I mean, it's bad to begin with, but the fact that it is Diddy and 100% that happened thousands of times.
Mm-hmm. And she's just like fucking wasted and just like, my name's Destiny. Like fucking just like bottom of the barrel of fucking Vegas. Like cute, but it's just like,
I love the twist they do on this scene, though, where he ends up being the one that gets taken advantage of.
Yeah. She goes into the bedroom with him and she's like, so can you like hook me up with Aldous? And he's like, yeah, sure. She's like, all right. And then she's like pulls out this like fucking foot-long dildo from her purse. And she's like, kiss it. This is going inside of you.
She like sings into it and then just leans back. And dude, anybody who's done anything remotely in this area of sexual activities is not just going straight in like that unless that bag is filled with lube. And he just goes,
fucking
why does this keep happening to me? He's butt dialing Daphne the whole time it's happening also.
Oh god, yeah. And he goes back to Aldous and his dad, and they're like talking shit back and forth, and fucking Aaron comes out and is like, I think I was raped.
Yeah, and they just hand him they're like, nobody fucking cares, and they're like, here, smoke this Jeffrey, and then they keep talking.
Yep. It's like, it's a Diddy party. What do you think was gonna happen here?
And while they're talking, he's smoking, and then he goes, hey, what's in this? My heart is pounding. And he goes, the camera stays on Jonah Hill's face, which is great. I love it because his facial acting to this is fucking perfect.
I rewound this a few times to get the full list as well.
Me too.
And I've got like the fucking, so he's like, it's weed mostly, and it's got a bit of opium in it, some heroin, crunched up Clorox, which fucking Clorox, Jesus Christ, methadone, Subutex, which is Reno, it's an orphine. It's one of the orphines, like morphine, peyote, and some other stuff that's unidentifiable, and an angel dust for a binder.
He goes, and a bit of glue to hold it all together. But the camera stays on Jonah Hill's face while he's listening. He's like, and then just starts freaking out as they keep saying more shit. It's fucking great.
It's like, why is he calling fucking Jeffrey? And it's like, oh, no one's afraid of Jeffrey. This is the bloke from down the lane. Oh, I'm Jeffrey.
He's like, I think I'm having a fucking heart attack. And he pulls him off. He's like, just stroke the furry wall. Just stroke the furry wall. And then the dad comes up and goes, that's the beauty. He's like, I think I'm good. And the dad's like, that's the beauty of the Jeffrey. It goes away and then it comes back. And he's like, oh. I put in my notes, this is exactly what it was like when I would smoke weed around a crowd and Keeson would have to calm me down.
God. And then then I forget exactly what prompts it, but fucking Aldous and his dad get in a fucking like huge ass fight, and like his like dad fucking like sucker punches him with a fucking guitar from behind.
Yeah, he's like, leave my friend alone. And he's like, you're just like your mom. Is she still fucking the postman? Or did he leave as well? And then, yeah, guitar smash through the head. Diddy runs over and also starts stroking the furry wall. He's like, I'm going to cover the whole outside of my house in this material. It's going to look like a fucking werewolf.
It's like, this is what old pussy used to look like.
And then the dad pulls out a gun, and Aldous keeps running back and forth from the fight to Aaron to like keep stroking the furry wall. Everything's fine.
Yep. You know, Sergio's like getting in a fight with fucking like his dad. They're just like throwing shit at each other.
One thing I just realized I didn't see in this version, but I remember from when I watched it all the time back in the day, while he's trying to calm him down, like a little ant crawls by and he fucking snorts it up and he goes, "Why would you do that?" He's like, "I don't know."
Maybe it's an animal cruelty thing or something that made like an R or something. I don't know. And yeah, fucking this is funny. Fucking Aldous' dad like gets fucking Sergio in the head with like a fucking like cigarette fucking like ashtray or something like that. And it's like, yeah, and he turns back and he's like gone like a fucking horror movie.
And for some reason, Aldous gets a med kit and is like, "I'm going to stab you in the heart with this adrenaline needle." And it does the
Jonah
whole...
keeps saying, he's like, I'm having a heart attack. I'm having a heart attack.
And then does the whole camera rig to the head thing where he like just rises up from the ground. He's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm alive!"
I'm alive.
And then he just ran through the party with Aldous like behind him, and Diddy's like beating his dad's ass. And then,
then like he sees them running, he starts fucking chasing after them.
The big dude from the company comes in and is like, "Where the fuck have you been?" He's like, "We went to see Cher." He's like, "How was it?" "It was amazing." But I like, yeah, when they're running from him, he's like, "You cannot outrun me. I am black."
Yeah, and like they're running and like they fucking it's like oh, like I don't know, Sergio, okay? Like, or look back, he's like still sprinting. I'm like, get in the fucking car, get in the car. Jump in the car, they're driving in the street. He's still running after them, and like fucking he gets like T-boned by a fucking car in the street. And they're like, stop, like, oh god, should we check if he's okay? And like he just gets up, he's like, why are y'all stopping? Run! He's going after them.
He goes, "Now that's a mind fuck."
Yeah, just fucking chases him to Los Angeles basically out of fear.
And then you see Aaron can't sleep in the car, and I just love the little tiny outburst from the adrenaline. He's like, "The adrenaline is coursing through my whole body."
Because like Aldous is like finally burnt out and like trying to like fall asleep. Like, no, you are not. You're staying up with me.
And he gives like some little speech. He's like, "Your dad sucks. You let people use you." And he goes, "Usually people on drugs say rubbish, but this is good." And he's like, "When I get home, I'm going to beg Daphne to take me back. And you should with Jackie because she's your Daphne." And he goes, "No, your brain is all lollipops and rainbows, and mine is a bit darker." And then he just randomly adrenaline.
He hulks out.
And now it's 6 hours till the concert. And they get to LA and he's like, "Yeah, you just go home and get some sleep. I'm just going to be resting." And that is not what he does.
Yep, he just goes straight to fucking Jackie's house, which is like this weird, like, subterranean bunker fucking building. I don't know what the fuck this is.
Probably Lars Ulrich's actual house. I wouldn't doubt.
Probably. Yeah, that does have a Lars Ulrich vibe to it. It's all concrete and fucking in the ground.
I do love the intro, though. He rings the doorbell and she opens. He's like, "Fancy an orgasm? Because I knock him out for free." I'm like, "Damn, bro."
He's just like, "Are you on Jeffries?" He's like, "Yeah." Calls it out immediately.
And he, true to his word, he just immediately goes down on her and does exactly what he said.
Yeah, and then she's like, just like, "Okay, we're done." Like, not going to reciprocate. He's like, "Oh, that's not fair.
That's not fair. That's not even, Jackie."
And then she just proceeds to just like tenderly eviscerate his soul without any compassion.
Don't even know what the point of that was.
Yeah, like first of all, she tells him like there's nothing you can't turn into heroin. Just like, I don't care like what you're doing to get past it. Like fucking...
Right, which is good. That's great. That's how addicts are. And then she's like, also, Naples isn't your son. Do you remember the photographer I spent a month with in Naples?
In Naples. It's like some bullshit answer. It's like, I was young and I thought you were gonna leave me, and it's like I loved you so much. It's like that's not an excuse for this.
And you just took away this kid's dad.
Yeah, like that was like 7 or something in this. It's like this is not the fucking time to fucking brooches. But she's like, I wanted to like just make it go away, but it kept looking more and more Italian.
He doesn't really look Italian, honestly. When they show him after that, he definitely looks British. But yeah, he's. She says namaste after that, and he goes, "This is not an appropriate time to say namaste."
Yeah, he goes to Aldous like talking with Naples, and he's like, so like you call me Dad. He's like, yeah, you can call me Aldous now. It's like, that's funny, Dad. He's like, Aldous.
He's like, listen to me and promise you will never be with a woman like your mother. It's like she's a terrible human being.
She's like a good mother, but she's a terrible person.
He's like, if she wasn't terrible, why would she have torn my heart up? And then he's like, all right. And then he's like, see you tomorrow, Dad. He's like, it's all this. And then Lars Ulrich walks in. He's like, enter Sandman. Why don't you go sue Napster, you little Danish twat?
Yeah. He's like, what'd I do?
Fuck him. And then, yeah, now it's 4 hours till the show.
Yep, and I would cut to Aaron's back to his apartment, and he's dipping chocolate strawberries and trying to apologize for
pretty good
banging.
Apology. I mean, does not make up for what he's done at all, but I appreciate the effort.
Yeah, he has banged 3 women in like a 72-hour period. They were broken up.
And then, Aldous walks in and fucks it all up and turns it into a 3-way that goes
Everyone
awry.
regrets. Yeah, and like I said, if you ever done one of these with a significant other before, it's a treacherous road to walk, and people mostly end up crying at the end of it.
Yeah, and that's when people think they want to do it. And in this scene, he doesn't want to do it, which is just very, very traumatic.
No, dude, I was totally saying, I got dragged into mine. Like, it was like, so I've set this thing up. And it's like, wait, what?
Right.
Okay.
So
and then
not
I was
cool.
in trouble afterwards because I was the bad guy. So I was like, God damn it.
But yeah, like she even in the middle was like, I don't want to do this. And then she gets called to work and just leaves. And finally unloads on Aldous. Is like, get the fuck out. You're a piece of shit. You ruin everybody's life. So everyone's miserable. And he walks out and you get a nice little shot of Jonah Hill's butt cheeks.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, you see how terrible his mom is. Again, calls her and says he might not do the Greek. And he just wants her to reassure him. And she's like, you just.
She says some bullshit thing.
You stay chipper.
Keep chipper. Yeah, she's like such a, like, I mean, I don't want to say she's a bad mom, but she'd be a bad mom in the situation. Yeah, and she's like, all right. And he's just like on a fucking roof.
Yes. He sees he's missing calls and gets a voicemail from Aldous. He's like, if you're not too busy, I'm going to jump off the roof of this hotel. So bye. And this is so vicious. Like, it's so visceral when they show it, dude. Like, he shows up.
Yeah.
He's going to blow it off, but then he's like, fuck, I can't. Gets in the car, drives over there, and he's about to jump off into the street. Here's Aaron, turns back and is like, I don't even really remember what he says. Just a bunch of random shit and jumps.
Yeah. And yeah, just like whiffs the landing, like hits his arm on the fucking side of the pool he fucking jumps into and just like shatters it.
Fucking brutal, dude. And yeah, the pool immediately starts filling up with blood, and he's like apologizing to him, and he's like, you try so hard, man, but you're fine. You're Aldous Snow. You make people happy by doing what you love, and that's fucking awesome. And says he wants to do the
any of his deeper issues.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a Band-Aid on a gaping wound that this didn't solve at all.
We found out his visual kids metaphor happens right afterwards. Yeah. Yeah, and he like gets into the car and they start to do the Greek, and like it shows like his arm, and it's like fucking like just straight up like bone sticking out, like the like radius is just like out of his fucking skin.
He's still wet too, super wet and fucked up, and Sergio's there and just psyched that he showed up. And Aaron's like, he really shouldn't play, and he just hands him a giant bottle of pills, and he's like, just go give him these. And Aaron's like, God, I can't fucking do this anymore, and just quits.
It's fine. He's fine. British motherfuckers don't die.
And then after he quits, Aldous is walking up to the stage. He's got a nice little like white suit on with the open in the middle, and he's wrapped to shit on his arm, but still bleeding.
Yeah, and Aaron's like, dude, you don't have to do this. And he's like, what are you talking about? I love this. This is great.
Yeah, he's like, I'm nervous, Aaron. It feels good to feel something.
And he does this thing where he's like, ah.
It is so epic. I remember the first time I saw this, I got chills because first of all, I love music and I was in a band and I always, wanted to be famous and everything. But yeah, the music is like swelling up as he comes on stage, and yeah, he makes the face at Aaron, and when he like goes into straight face and turns to the crowd, it cuts to Aaron, and he's got this look of like childlike wonderment, like finally seeing his hero be his hero.
Mm-hmm.
And he plays an amazing fucking song.
Yeah, like medley. There's like a medley of like amazing songs. He starts with like Down, Down, Down.
I love that.
Then he goes Tube to Come Home, which I think might be my favorite, just because
Awesome song. And then, yeah,
Yeah.
Beans and Mash. And they all have
Yeah,
like
they
a
cut,
little element of comedy to them, except really Down, Down, Down might be the only one that was
yeah,
like just a song. But Beans and
yeah.
Mash is fucking
That's
hilarious.
cuts to Aaron and his girlfriend like so we need to burn these sheets, right? Like, yeah.
Like, oh,
She's
just
like,
throw out
"What's
the
that fucking-"
bed. I like, yeah, when he gets into bed, he's like, just don't say anything. And they just cuddle. And then, yeah, they're like, we just slept for 14 hours. I'm like, I hate you.
Yeah,
Yeah, they ditch the bed. And then it cuts to, like, it's not necessarily an end credit scene, but the
it's a VH1
VH1's,
storytellers.
yeah.
Find out Aaron is Aldis's producer now, and he's living in Seattle with his girlfriend. So I guess she won that argument.
Yeah. She was right, though, when they were arguing about it. She's like, oh my God, there's all kinds of music in Seattle.
Yeah.
Kind of right. You'd still don't uproot your entire job and just assume that's cool. But
One example was Nirvana's from Seattle, so she needed a better argument than that. But yeah. And then yeah, he pretty much Aldous like ends with it saying it's like, yeah, shit sucked for a while, but we made this new song and thank God it's a fucking hit.
right. And then play Stroke
And
the
then,
Furry Walls.
yeah. Just remember when life hands you a Jeffrey, stroke the furry walls.
And I love that the drum set is even all covered in fur.
Yeah, the entire stage is just like shag. Like basically it's great.
You get one more end credit scene where it cuts back to the floating Diddy head, and it's like supposed to be for the theater, and he is like, get the fuck out. The movie's over.
Yep. And then I think we also have like one last little thing where like, or no, maybe there's not a Sarah. That I'm mixing up with Forgetting Sarah Marshall. There's
Okay.
that's another thing.
Also, for
Go
those
watch
of you that
Forgetting Sarah
haven't
Marshall.
seen Forgetting Sarah Marshall, it's a tad bit confusing because in Forgetting Sarah Marshall, Aldous Snow's in it. He's not the main character. He's one of the main characters. But Jonah Hill is also in it as a guy that works on the resort and is obsessed with him.
God, that'd be so funny. It was just like he completely forgot about that entire experience because it didn't matter to him.
Right.
This is just the future. Like he actually made it
right.
in the music industry.
The movie, that would be awesome if there was like an alternate ending where he reveals like, you fucking blew me off at that hotel and now I'm here to end your life.
Yeah, just pushes him off the fucking...
Yeah. Dude, that would be a great alternate ending. All right. Well, now that we've gone through the plots of both movies, we are going to take them through 10 rounds. 10 rounds change based on the matchup we're doing. Some of them are consistent, mainly the final round, and a couple other ones that seem to apply to every movie we do. But we're going to get right into it here. We score each movie on a scale of 1 to 10 each round. We kind of try to sway each other one way or the other. Sometimes we just agree, and that's much easier. But
yeah, my biases are going to be hard in this one, just because
right.
It's another movie.
But
I'll try to dig my memory well as deep as I can.
Yeah. Well, like I said, the biggest parts you remembered as I started saying it. It's not a complex movie,
Yeah.
So. But getting right into it with round 1. Cold Open Chaos. Which opening sets the tone harder? We got the We Lost Dog opening in The Hangover and the African Child opening of Get Him to the Greek.
I don't know, because I'm kind of split on this one because I feel one sets the tone better, but I feel the other one is better.
Yeah.
So like
Get Him to the Greek is way fucking funnier to me.
Yeah. Because like that whole thing could just be like a fucking like 3-minute YouTube clip and just like sit funnily on its own without any other context to the movie. Whereas like I feel like it like Hangover prepares you for what's coming, but I feel like Getting to the Greek makes you excited for what's coming.
Yes. Yeah, I will give credit to The Hangover that opening is somewhat iconic. And like I said, I've seen that used as a meme so many times where we fucked up. But yeah, honestly, Get Him to the Greek, that part's just funnier to me. With the montage of his complete
him
fucking
giving
downfall.
birth to an African child, like fucking... Yeah. It's just like fucking gibberish. I had flashbacks in this though. When I was a kid, fucking in my middle school, I took a dance to not run track.
Did you have to do that dance?
Pretty goddamn close.
Eesh.
I had to wear a dashiki.
No, that's awful.
And I think after like running through it a few times, the director realized that the 8th grader that already had a beard that was like white and like 6 foot and like dominated the entire rest of the group was probably not the best person to have front and center. So they just put me over the side and I was playing the African drums, doing the African
He
face.
saw what he had casted and written play out in front of him and was like, oh, this is a problem.
Yeah, I was literally like, what that guy was doing in fucking like the clap, like that's what I was doing. It's like,
Well, by a tight margin here, I'd say like 10-8-ish here for
yeah, no,
round one.
like it's like African Child's amazing, but yeah, no, like the Hangover's iconic. So yeah, it's a 10-8, but definitely to get him to the Greek here.
All right. So it is the first in one round to get him to the Greek. Going into round two. Most inventive comedic chaos. Which film delivers more creative, unpredictable, escalating insanity? You got the tiger in the bathroom, baby in the closet, naked Mr. Chow, or the Jeffrey trip spirals, the hotel brawl, adrenaline needle, etc.
I mean, yeah. Personally, I just feel that the Hangover has more of like an actual like climb of like what's the word I'm thinking of? Like it has more scaling insanity. Like it starts kind of low and then like fucking gets fucking insane by the end of the film.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas like I feel like Getting to the Greek like gets up to this point but kind of like rides that line for like the entire movie. Like it never goes like completely fucking insane.
Yeah, you got the hotel brawl, which would be kind of their peak. But other than that
Like,
scene, it's really just getting drunk and being drunk. It's not really.
Yeah, like I've experienced basically everything that happened in Get Him to the Greek.
Right.
I have experienced nothing that happened in The Hangover.
Nothing in Get Him to the Greek comes close to Tiger in the bathroom and Mike Tyson punching you the fuck out.
No.
Yeah, definitely more inventive, and they made it work. That's the thing. You can make a movie like that where you're just like, what if we just put all this insane shit in there? And it just doesn't play well to the movie, but it's, you know, it's Vegas. There's all this other shit surrounding it that makes it quote unquote make sense.
Yeah, just like each step logically leads to the next one. We're just like, yeah, I feel like as great to Get Into the Greek is, it's more like we're hanging out with a rock star for fucking a while, and it's just like not like really escalating chaos or anything.
Yeah, I'd call it more stress than chaos and Get Him to the Greek.
Yeah.
So I would go 10 on Hangover here and like a 7 on Get Him to the Greek.
Yeah.
Right. That takes us into round 3. We're at 1-1. Round 3 is going to be duo collective chemistry. Which core dynamic hits harder? The Phil, Stu, Alan Wolfpack dysfunction or Aaron and Aldous?
Yeah, it's a close one. I mean, I just love Aaron and Aldous' like antics. Like it's just fun, but like I feel like I mean this could just be like Judd Apatow fucking verse kind of stuff doing this fucking magic, but like the banter between the group I think was a little better. Like you could it was believable they were friends. Whereas like if not for the situation, fucking Aaron and Aldous would never fucking interact with each other.
Yeah, I definitely feel like they
Like
covered more scope of characters in Hangover because, first of all, that was lightning in a fucking bottle. Finding out Bradley Cooper could be a comedy actor, for one, and then combining him with Galifianakis and Ed Helms, who fucking knew that was going to work so well?
That's like one of those things like, I'm going to put like this beetroot, this liver, and this banana together, but it's going to fucking work.
Exactly.
Like,
exactly. On paper, a year before that movie, if you were like Zach Galifianakis, we were like, yeah, funny. Ed Helms, yeah, he's kind of funny. And then Bradley Cooper would have been like, what? And then you see it, you're like, Bradley Cooper is fucking hilarious. So
I think I got to give it to The Hangover in this one.
Yeah, agreed.
By
I
a
do
thin
like
margin,
the duo. I do.
But so much of their chemistry just like comes from that these are two people that would never talk to each other like in any other situation. Whereas it's like there's just this like easy chemistry between like the three friends and I guess Alan, but
because they're the three best friends that anyone could have.
Exactly. There's a song. You can't argue with the song.
Yeah, I would go 10-8. But yeah, round 3 going to The Hangover. And for round 4, supporting lunatics. Who brings the stronger bench of absolute maniacs? Hangover has Mr. Chow, Black Doug, Mike Tyson, Rob Riggle, all these people. Get Him to the Greek has Sergio, Jackie Q, Lars Ulrich. Feel like I'm missing. I mean, I can't leave out that opening scene at Pinnacle where you have, I wish they were in more of it, but you have Nick Kroll, Aziz Ansari, the dude from New Girl.
Yeah, I feel like, you know what? Get Him to the Greek would have won if there was 2 more scenes of that group.
Yeah.
Like, But yeah, it's just
Lars is barely in the
because
movie. Jackie Q,
yeah,
I
Lars
wouldn't
is
say adds
Jackie
to it
Q.
much.
No, she honestly annoyed the piss out of me. She's
Yeah.
just a bad person. Like honestly, I think this comes down to who do you think is a better like insane antagonist, Mr. Chow or Sergio?
Mm.
And like so much of Sergio's menace, I think, just comes to the fact that it's P. Diddy and we know who he is now.
Yeah. I will say he did act the shit out of it. I was shocked at his acting ability, but Mr. Chow is fucking legendary,
Yeah,
dude.
he's iconic, man. That's the reason he came back. I think,
Such
like,
a
yeah, I'm gonna give like 7, 8 to I think Hangover here, just
yeah.
because Chow's fucking such a goated character.
Well, it was such a small
Sergio's just
part, but it was so fucking huge. Like
yeah.
the amount of
Well, they knew
people
how
that
good
were
it was. That's
doing
why they made it.
problematic Chinese accents and saying "you fuck on me" and shit like that
Yeah,
after this movie.
yeah, but they knew how good he was, which is why he was like such a key character in the fucking second one, and why the second one is arguably the better movie.
Yeah, I still hear Bobby Lee to this day get pissed that he didn't get that role, but I'm glad it went to Ken
I don't
Jeong.
think I don't think he could have done it. Like Bobby Lee can't pull out that level of intensity. I've never seen that.
No, it was perfect.
Like I love
Yeah.
Bobby Lee. Don't get me wrong. It's just fucking. It's just like that's not the right part
It
for
wouldn't
him.
have been the same. It wouldn't have been a character that people were like, when you made the sequel, there had to be more Mr. Chow. They would. I
Yeah,
don't
no,
think they
it
would
would
have
have just
done
been
that.
it would just been another one-off joke that we'd have been like, oh yeah, fucking he was in that, wasn't he?
Right. Well, in the
Like I don't
words
see
of
Bobby
Mr.
Lee fucking
Chow,
like spider monkeying out of a trunk onto fucking
yeah,
fucking
no, I mean, I
Zach
could see him
Galifianakis' shoulders.
doing the things he's doing. I just don't think it would have hit the same, you know?
Yeah.
All right, round 4 going to The Hangover, bringing us to round 5, which is just barely even fair. Best one-liners, most quoted one-liners. But like I said going into this, The Hangover has a billion. It's insane how
Yeah.
every scene has something that I've seen quoted a trillion times. And I'll say, Get Him to the Greek has a few, like Stroke the Furry Walls and the Jeffrey shit,
Mm-hmm.
and You Feel My Dick Fucking Your Mind Right Now. Or
Yeah.
the one of, I got 6 fucking kids. You know how many pairs of Jordan 6 black kids wear?
Yep.
But,
Yeah, a lot of the iconic lines there come from Sergio. I can't really like pull off a lot of Aldous or Aaron quotes off the top of my head.
right. And
It's like
Hangover
there's funny
just
things with
is wall to
yeah,
wall.
yeah, and I think by a decent margin, I think it's probably gonna like 9-6 to
Yeah, agreed.
Hangover on this one.
Yeah, I almost didn't include that just because it seems so biased towards one movie, but there is some, I gotta include the strengths of The Hangover. So, round 6 is gonna be best physical comedy moments. Who weaponizes panic, pain, and body language for the biggest laughs? Hangover's got the taser demo, the tooth, naked chow. Greek has Jonah, taser twitch, the brawl, the furry wall, panic. I would add here that outside of like the chaos parts, like I said, the scene where it's just on Jonah Hill's face as they read off the ingredients of the Jeffrey, and a couple other
Yeah,
parts, just him
or just
reacting.
his face, like when he's getting the fucking heroin put up his butt.
Yes, yeah, that's a good example too. Yeah, this one's a
Yeah,
little close for me because I love when comedic actors can make you laugh without saying a word and just making faces while they listen.
yeah. There's his reaction at the grape scene. I mean, just
Yeah.
it's just yeah. Even the taser when he's down, like the second, like the second one is great. Oh
Yes.
yeah, I mean, yeah, 'cause that's the thing. It's like because really there's like the chaos in the beginning and like them stumbling around, but like beyond that, there's not a lot of like in Chow, but there's not a lot of like slapstick in The Hangover.
Chow
There's a
is
couple of
the peak of that in that movie for sure.
yeah, whereas I feel like Jonah is like got a pretty consistent like just being shit on and abused the whole fucking movie pretty
Walk around
well.
fucked up at the Today Show's another good one.
Yeah, he just like eats shit over that fucking lamp.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, I think I gotta
surprisingly,
give this.
I would go Greek here.
Yeah.
You can say a solid 8 to 6.
Yeah, 'cause like I said, like The Hangover's funny, but it's more like it's dialogue funny. There's not a lot of like physical bits in it.
Right.
I guess like the him getting punched in the face by Mike Tyson, but like you said, it's like you list them off like one hand, the amount of like funny physical bits in that.
Agreed. Taking us into round 7, Party Mayhem. Which film delivers the superior binge night meltdown? Hangover is pretty much all right in the beginning.
Yep.
There's a little
'Cause,
bit
yeah,
of
we
them
don't
coming
ever
out of
really
it
get to
throughout the
see
movie, but
the whole thing happens the night before, and it's like the impetus of the movie. We don't get to see it except for a couple flashes at the end.
Right.
Whereas, yeah, you're right in the fucking trenches with fucking Get Into the Greek.
Yeah.
New York, or you go from UK to New York to Vegas, LA, you basically hit all the fucking party
Right.
centrals of the fucking country.
Yeah, I will say I do love how they depict the after effects of a massive fucking party in The Hangover, how it hurts and how I can feel that to my core because they did it so well. But you do it like 2 or 3 times in the Get Him to the Greek, where he's constantly waking up like, fuck, man.
Yeah. Now this is like bounces back every time, like no fucking problem.
Yes. Which is the upside of doing drugs while also drinking a lot.
Uh-huh.
So it would be a tighter margin there for me, though. But I would say for sure the Greek probably
Yeah.
10-8 here because the Greek does it really well.
Oh yeah. Like I said, the Greek, I've experienced the vast majority of the things that happen there, and it's
Right.
accurate.
Other than a Jeffrey, which I would compare to
Yeah, I think-
K2. Remember that?
oh god, yeah. Or yeah, well, what was that the fucking or salvia? No, salvia. That was my fucking
Oh
legal
yeah.
drug that shouldn't have been
Yeah,
legal.
K2 was the synthetic weed that you could get in the head
Yeah,
shop
it's
that
making people
started
go
like killing
insane.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
fantastic.
it was like a big problem on military bases because like there wasn't a test for it for a long time, and that's what you
Fucking
want
terrible.
is a psychosis-inducing drug in the hands of fucking military
Dude, we
members.
had it like when it first came out and it just sucked. Like you got a little bit of a high off of it and then a horrible, horrible headache. And then it was a short time later that all of a sudden people are smoking this and like losing their minds and passing out and having seizures. And I'm like, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, well, the thing I think was there was no like moderation or like FDA review and
Right.
everything. It all came from fucking China, and like I think it was like, oh, if we put more of these same chemicals on, the effect will be more, and we can sell it as
Right.
times 3 and shit
Well, and
like
they
that.
said
It's
the
just
whole
like,
thing was that they could keep swapping ingredients to keep it legal. Every time they made one thing illegal, they're like, okay, we'll do this now. Wild. Then they finally just made weed legal.
yeah, and then like all these opiate deaths went down, and crime went down, and
Right.
drunk driving went down. Just it's almost like a good idea.
All right, that round going to Get Him to the Greek, taking us into round 8, which is emotional undercurrent. Who sneaks in real heart beneath the insanity? You got Alan's loneliness in The Hangover slash, horrible problems with children or something. And then Stu's self-respect dark slash dealing with his toxic marriage. And in the Greek, you got Aldous' depression and his addiction and Aaron's relationship crisis.
I mean, I'm kind of going Greek on this one because I mean, it's completely played for laughs in The Hangover. Like it's like his wife is being like horribly abusive to him and cheating on him. It's always fucking the butt of a joke, and I guess he grows his spine at the end and gets out of it. But like, there's like some really dark, depressing shit with like fucking Aldous. Like,
Yeah, like I said, I appreciate the catharsis it shows of finally getting out of that toxic relationship and everything, but I appreciate the moments where it is not funny anymore when, like, you stomped his heroin into the carpet. It's not funny anymore. He's not joking. Like, this, you don't fucking do that.
Yeah, or like when like he finds out his kid isn't his, and it's just like the one thing that like he literally says like his son is like the one thing that brings him like fucking joy and happiness in this world, and like that's fucking gone, and he gets like fucking unalivey of himself like right after that and shit, and
yeah,
just like shit, like there's like actually some depth and darkness to this. Like it's like not all fun games and getting stoned and everything works out at the end. Like,
yeah,
still
as an
problems at the end of the
addict,
day.
I connected a lot with Aldous' subplot in this movie. Definitely going Greek here. I would even go so far as a 10-6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like I said, like I love The Hangover, but like at the end of the day, it's all played for gags and jokes and shit like that, and it's all got a punchline at the end of it.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I never really appreciate cheating as a joke in movies and stuff. It never really hits for me. It just sucks.
Yeah.
This one probably not going to be as close. Round 9 is cultural impact, which comedy left a bigger footprint. No brainer here, I think. But again, gotta include the strengths for the movies. But it's I'm not even gonna say much. Definitely Hangover for me.
Yeah, no, unfortunately, because I mean, even though like Get Him to the Greek is like a pseudo sequel to Forgetting Sarah Marshall, I don't think anyone fucking realized that. Like until you watch, like, oh, it's the same character. Oh shit! Like, yeah, but it's they like fucked up on that one. It's like, and I don't even know how well Forgetting Sarah Marshall did. Like, I guess it did pretty well. I remember people talking about it, but yeah, I mean, fucking Hangover 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, fucking like that was like it was a seminal film. Like you would go and see that like with all your buddies in high school, and it was like a big deal when the new one came out.
Yeah. All right, round 9 for sure going to Hangover, taking us into final round, which is a little less objective and more subjective. Final verdict, gut check. At the end, which one do you feel wins? Instinct over logic? Which one are you going to watch first?
Wow. You know what? I think just because of the fact that I like love the soundtrack and I've like revisited it so many times that like Get Him to the Greek just has like this like little like one shelf higher place in my heart than The Hangover.
100%.
Yeah, 'cause The Hangover was great, but it's like at the end of the day, it's like it was revolutionary for what it was, and we got 3 of them, and I think by the time the third one came around, we're all kind of a little done with it.
Actually, while we're
But-
talking about it, I'm curious to see what the numbers were for Hangover 3. It was
Yeah.
a worldwide box office of 362 million, so still
So I guess we were done with it,
dwarfing.
but
You know, I get it though. Those are that kind of, like I said, like I'd say, it's a kind of corporate style comedy is how it feels to me.
yeah.
It is funny, and it does do that type of comedy well, but
Mhm.
I don't know, man. There's just something about, as you've seen during the show, I'm a slut for Apatow movies to begin with. But there's just more to it. I don't know. Dialogue alone, all by itself, with nothing crazy happening in the background, sometimes is just fucking hilarious to me. With the addict subplot and the seriousness sometimes. I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
a much more...
It's got heart, it's got humor, it's fucking makes you think about some things. Like not
Music is
everything's wrapped up in a
amazing.
neat bow by the end of it. Yeah, that's honestly just the thing of it. It's just like I fucking love like fucking bangers and mash and fucking like Tube to Come Home and shit. It's just
Clap.
like
Let's get
it's
fucked.
just they didn't have to go that hard and they did. Like
Right.
that's why I kind of respect that movie.
Yeah. I understand on paper that it's easy for... oh, by the way, we keep forgetting to do this, but fuck you, Mark.
Hey,
Mark
fuck you,
would
Mark.
be the exact type of person to say, you're just wrong. Obviously, on paper, Hangover is a better movie.
Mhm.
But that's not what I'm talking about here. So fuck you, Mark, and fuck everyone like
Yep.
Mark. I understand on paper, Hangover dwarfs Get Him to the Greek, but I
That's
like
not
it
what this is
better.
about. Sit here.
And if you
My
only
completely
like
subjective,
movies
selfish
because
opinion.
the entire world agrees with you, that's just sad to me.
Like, I'm gonna fucking throw out a hot take here. I fucking like Battlefield Earth, and that's like fucking that I watched it before I knew it was some
Yes,
fucking
dude.
John Travolta
Yes.
Scientology propaganda. I'm like, it's a fun movie with some interesting ideas. Go fuck off. Like it's like everyone's
If
like,
you
no, you're
don't
supposed to
have
hate
a
it. Like,
movie
it's entertaining.
that you love and have to defend, that makes me sad for you. You should get one.
Yeah, go find it. Go start watching some fucking trash and find that one that fucking sparks a little joy in you.
All right. Well, for the second week in a row, we're going to have to try a tiebreaker here. Most iconic night you would never survive. Which movie creates party night from hell you would absolutely die in?
I mean,
That's tough, man, because you got one
Yeah,
night you
except-
got to live through in The Hangover that was pretty insane. But going around with
Yeah.
Aldous, I feel like there's
more
dozens of
opportunities to
times you
die.
could die.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah,
Jeffrey
like,
alone.
Yeah, the Jeffrey alone, the shoving the heroin up your ass. I mean, like that thing pops in the fucking
True.
like flight. You're dead. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. I think the threat was higher at certain points. Like getting punched in the face by Mike Tyson is
True.
like you're fucking staring
And
the
the
Grim Reaper in the
tiger.
face,
That's
and the
not-
tiger.
that's not
and-
the
yeah. That was like the
That's
next day. I think
following the night. When you
Yeah, I
find out
think
what
the
they
night
did during the
itself-
party, they're crashing cars, they're getting beat up. When did they ever figure out why he had bruises and a concussion?
I guess no, they never really bring it up. I guess.
I mean, the roofies, I
Yeah.
guess you could die from.
Yeah, I mean, maybe just falling around, and yeah, you can die from roofies. Like, I mean, their friend, like fucking Doug, almost died like on the roof, but
I don't
But
know.
yeah,
I think I would
like,
take my odds with The Hangover, or with...
yeah.
I,
At least you're in a group and they're all sober
that's what I'm
mostly.
saying. I
like,
don't
it's-
think I would survive a lot of shit with Aldous.
No, like Aldous is gonna slip you something because it thinks it's funny, and then
When
you're
his
gonna fucking
dad
OD.
pulls out a
like-
fucking gun and they're beating each other with
Yeah.
furniture, or the
Dude,
adrenaline
got
shot to
chased-
the heart, that could have been it.
You got chased down the street by P Diddy. Who knows how that's gonna fucking end?
You know what? That right there seals it for me. You have to
Yeah.
survive Diddy.
Multiple Diddy parties.
So that one is going to go to the Greek, giving us a tiebreaker here. So didn't end like last week, thank God. I
Yes.
cannot wait to see people lose their shit over this, though, Mark included. Because this week, when you match The Hangover versus Get Him to the Greek wins. Ding, ding,
Yeah.
ding.
Man, personally, like I've rewatched it more times than The Hangover. I didn't even watch The Hangover
I
for this
would,
fucking
yeah.
episode, so there you go.
Yeah. You know, like I said, I don't know. It's something about that kind of comedy. I get why it's big. It is funny. There are
Yeah.
parts that make me laugh, but there's something that just feels
it's shallow. Like, I think it's
Yeah.
because there's so much improv to it, like nothing links, and there's like no through line through a lot of it, just because it's like funny joke, funny joke, funny joke, funny joke, none of which we wrote, and now we're gonna go to the next, which is exactly like the whole like I'm not allowed within 200 yards of a school thing. Like that, we're talking about that the entire movie. It's like, wait, what did he do?
Yeah, it
And it's
feels
not
like
just a throwaway line.
synthesized in a way. You know,
Yeah,
nothing bad to those guys; those are all great actors and everything. But
it's the Beyond Burger of comedies.
right, yeah, you had to take the biggest names, some of the biggest names in Hollywood, and make that movie. And I don't know. I feel like Get Him to the Greek did more with less. Russell Brand isn't
Yeah,
as
definitely.
huge as Bradley Cooper. Jonah Hill definitely
No,
wasn't as huge as Bradley Cooper.
no. If Nick Kroll is one of your like top billing actors in the fucking movie, yeah, you're not bringing the fucking ace team here.
Yeah, like you said earlier, dude, I would have loved to see a couple more scenes with all those guys. The fact that they're only in
Yep,
2 minutes of that movie is criminal. Aziz can
I
get
know.
fucked. I truly believe he was at those parties, and he's a little bit of a
Oh, I'm
creep.
sure he
But
was.
all right,
And
well,
apparently bad
that's
at
our
sex.
winner for this week. We're gonna leave you with some Easter eggs and trivia, and then do a wheel spin. Nick, why don't you tell him some fun facts about The Hangover?
Oh yeah, these things I know off the back of my hand, so detailed. Over 2009, Ed Helms really had his tooth crown removed for authenticity. It was not a special effect. Helms has a dental implant from childhood, and the director suggested removing the crown to play into Stu's increasingly chaotic meltdown. Hen Jong's iconic naked trunk scene was improvised. He pitched the idea the day of filming, and the wardrobe department had to pivot into no wardrobe. Director Todd Phillips confirmed the spontaneity in a DVD commentary, calling Jong's improv insane bravery.
Dude, I had
Mike
to
Tyson's cameo.
verify that improv with the trunk scene because I was like, there's no way they would just. It makes more sense when it gets explained, but
Yeah.
when you hear I improv that, you're like, well, that's sexual assault. So.
Guess he signed a contract saying I'm cool with anything beforehand, man. Tyson's cameo line is a real life sobriety comeback. Phillips said Tyson's role in the movie helped him reconnect with the public in a more lighthearted light. Tyson later joked he took the role to fund a drug rehab. The tiger in the bathroom wasn't CGI. It was a trained tiger with handlers and safety glass barriers off screen. Was used in multiple shots. Safety protocols, limited takes. Bradley Cooper had joked in interviews that was the most intimidating co-star he's ever had. He said early drafts reportedly killed Doug. The studio changed it after test audience found it too bleak. Yeah, just imagine that's in the fucking movie and to find their fucking like friends like sun-bleached corpse on the fucking
Yeah,
roof. Jesus. Phillips revealed alternate scripts existed where Doug dies and the story's even darker. Yeah, Jesus Christ. So got some Get Him to the Greek from 2010. Easter eggs here. All the Snow returned because many fans loved him in Forgetting Sarah Marshall, the movie I actually watched instead of fucking Hangover today. Universal saw his breakout reception and greenlit the spinoff starring Russell Brand. Producer Judd Apatow has said the audience response forced our hand. The Stroke the Furry Wall scene was inspired by director Nick Solar hearing a story about anxiety coping techniques, then intensifying it into chaotic comedy. Russell Brand said petting the wall became a genuine soothing tactic on set. Sean Diddy Combs improvised most of his explosions as Sergio. Jonah Hill admitted the cast routinely broke character because Diddy took scenes to absurd, unpredictable territory. I think just, pulling from life experiences, apparently.
right. They're like, bro, where is this coming from?
Method acting. Infant Sorrow was treated like a real band. Band recorded full songs and released as an official soundtrack, which I have heard and fucking slaps.
Mm-hmm.
Even charting briefly. Band trained with vocal coaches to emulate rock frontman aesthetics.
It's amazing.
And Jonah Hill plays a totally different character in Forgetting Sarah Marshall. The continuity break was deliberate, meant as a joke to signal this is a Al Snow's world, not a direct sequel, but I think they fucking bitched out on that and should have fucking leaned into it.
I
It would have been
agree.
hilarious.
I feel like it would have taken little to no effort to connect those, you know?
Yep. It's like, we met once before. Really? Never mind.
Yeah, that would have been easy as fuck, but it is still funny. And his character in Forgetting Sarah Marshall is just as fucking hilarious, dude.
I know, it's the same character. He's like super obsessed with Al the Snow. He wants to be in the fucking music industry. Fucking, it's just like, it's the same character. It's so easy.
When he's sitting in the crowd while he sings Inside You, and he's like, Inside You. All right, there you have it with some fun unknown facts. And now, again, if you're new to the show, we have a massive list of matchups to do. So we have created a series of wheels. We have a wheel to select a genre, and then a wheel for that genre.
I
We
think we might
each
have
get one
years of
veto should
wheels.
we choose to use it. So let's get to it. We're going to spin the wheel, selecting the genre. Nope, I'm not doing that. It's horror. We just did fucking Halloween. I'm not doing that. Dude, it loves doing this. Every time I say no, it's like, what about now? What about now?
Shake the computer a little bit. It's like stuck.
Okay, there we go. It just barely went past it, but we landed on sci-fi.
All right.
So let's see what we got for the sci-fi wheel.
I can't remember what we fucking put in the sci-fi.
It's a decent
It's been a
amount of
while.
stuff on here. Some of them I'm pretty psyched for. This is one of them you're scared of.
Yeah.
Old Dragon Ball.
Mm.
Yes! All right. You can use your veto if you'd like, see if we get something more fun. But we got League of Extraordinary Gentlemen versus Van Helsing.
I'm good.
Yes! I'm fucking
I'm down
psyched.
for some flocky action.
Yes, it almost landed on a Speed Racer versus Tron, which just wouldn't have hit the same. But
Yeah, no, man. I remember I went to fucking Universal Studios when Van Helsing was out, and I saw like his all his actual movie props and shit. It was fucking great. Like he had the crossbow, fucking machine gun.
dude,
Like,
I
the
love
display
that
case
fucking
there.
movie.
Cool.
Fucking
Oh, dude, it's great.
medieval James Bond, and the guy that plays Dracula is
Mhm.
amazing. So.
Yeah.
Well, there you have it, guys.
God.
Thank you for tuning in. Next week will be Van Helsing versus League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. It kind of feels Halloween-y themed, even though we just left the month.
Yeah.
But definitely fall vibes, so I'm digging it.
Definitely.
As always, please share the episode. Please like, please subscribe. Please download if you're on Spotify. Rate the show.
Comment and tell us we're wrong if you think we're wrong.
Definitely
We'd love to hear
comments.
dissenting opinion.
Mark, if you ever actually watch this, you can get in the comments too. I don't care.
Man.
I want to rewind and see what I said at the 30-minute mark that he could possibly be referring to, but whatever.
We'll find out. You just have to have like a little clock now. From now on, this is like a 30-minute timer, and every time
Ding,
fucking 30
mark.
minutes comes up, just yeah.
Well, thanks for tuning in, guys. We will see you next week. I am Devin Vestal.
I'm Nick Nye.
Thanks for watching.
See ya.